All right, guys. So last we left off, you guys were um, exploring the burial site of Lady Elegandar and her troop of followers. You found some loot. You guys made some new friends in more ways than one. You guys were visited by some old acquaintances. And yeah, you guys had a pretty good fight. Do you guys want to catch up everybody else that was missing for that sesh? Kind of just catch them up on what you guys learned and
Um,
A lot happened. So let's see, the last time you guys were here, you were still inside the cave, right?
yeah, we had just gotten the necklace, and we just knew it was magical, and that was it.
oh yeah, do you guys want to give them their share of stuff? You don't have
Yeah.
to.
Oh yeah, so
Um,
Tom has two little bolitas for you guys that it does a fireball. You throw it and it basically does one free fireball and all
Oh,
of us
that
have
was a
one.
necklace of fireballs.
That was in the necklace, yeah.
Damn,
And
it's a
we all
fucking
got a
OP ass
fireball.
item.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
so
You guys
Okay.
heard my boy.
So everyone has one ball.
yes,
Yes.
gemstone.
Okay, cool.
I
All right,
What
stuck
was
it.
it
so
called
I
again?
I pulled my tooth out and I stuck it inside my mouth.
What
Huh.
was it called
No
again?
way. Are
'Cause
you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yo, that's so tight.
Thank you.
It's all like bing.
Yeah, until she bites something really hard.
Well,
Okay,
she'll just
I'm a
train like
turtle.
she'll train like those spies that have like the cyanide capsule. Like they know to not bite it only
Yeah.
when needed.
Exactly.
That's gonna be
What
like
the hell's the name of the item again?
Let me see. I have it in my
Fire
Oh, no,
inflamed necklace of Lady
no. But
Elegangar.
we had to make our own thing because
Oh.
I just made mine called a fireball gem. It casts level 3
Yeah, that's what I'm
fireball.
gonna do.
Currently inserted into my mouth.
It's a
my
level
first
3 fireball?
premolar. Yeah.
Okay,
all
cool.
Okay.
all fireballs are level 3.
Well, we should all call them the
It's
same
level
thing,
3,
right? So we
but
all know what it is.
wait, is it? It's always a level 3.
Well, it's a level 3 spell, yeah.
What I did
Okay,
was
I'm
I
gonna-
just loaded the necklace of fireballs and then used up all the charges except for one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a necklace of fireball? Okay.
What the fuck?
Necklace of fireballs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
I'm gonna call it gem of fireball.
Last time that we had found 3 diamonds, who
Last
has
time.
those?
I thought we gave him to Tibble.
You have the diamonds?
He needs them for Revivify.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I have 3
I just
diamonds.
remember seeing them on my list. 57 gold, I believe we distributed that with 23 silver. And the 1 potion of flying. Yeah.
But so inside of the crypt or wherever it was that you guys
yeah.
fought, you found a bag that had 500 gold in it, and it's all in the notes. So I don't think we distributed it yet.
No, we didn't.
No,
we
Yeah,
were
we
waiting.
haven't.
We should
So
definitely
what
do
is
that.
Like,
Let's
Ronnie,
get
I
that
want to put
loot.
my gem of fireball for right now. I want to try and set it into the pommel of my sword.
Are you proficient with like jeweler's kit?
I'm proficient with smithing tools.
Let me see it. You guys can continue to discuss what happened while I look this up.
so everybody gets 71 gold
Yes, please.
and 4 silver.
1, 4 silver.
4 silver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. And then, so we need to figure out what that. You guys got a set of armor and a bow that we have to
Yeah,
figure
Gon
out.
has the bow. I don't know if we know what the bow is yet.
Well, we
The
have
note says that we are being revealed a set of armor as well, Ronnie.
Yeah, so the armor he already told us is the glamored studded leather armor.
Oh shit!
So basically it's used to like you can change the way it looks basically.
That's
Who all
pretty dope.
uses leather armor?
I do, but it
you?
only gives you it gives you 1 bonus AC. I think mine
Is
gives me a little more.
is light armor leather armor?
I think that's medium.
Yeah, I think it's medium.
Oh, okay.
It's studded leather, so it's the highest
So it's medium for
AC
sure.
of the light armors, and plus it
Got
gives
it.
you a +1. So
It's
Oh,
the
the light
highest
armor,
of the
so she
light
could use
armor.
it.
Right now I have studded leather.
Andre, you would need jeweler's tools to do that.
Damn it. Okay, so I'm gonna hold on to
But
it then and see if
but
I
you
can
could
get it done
definitely
in
try
town.
to have somebody do that for you in town if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll see if they can do it in town for me. Thank you.
Ugh, I'm not gonna drink this wine. If you guys want this Moscato that Macy sent me, you guys can come over and
No.
have it. I'm
I
just gonna
love
go dump the rest of this.
Moscato.
Ugh, I hate Moscato.
It's
Save it for
Is that
garbage.
Cynthia.
bad?
Save it. I'll drink it next
Garbage.
weekend.
Fucking garbage. Sorry,
I like
guys.
Moscato.
I can't stand Moscato.
I love sweet shit, so
I've only had one that
Me
was
too.
okay.
Okay, so who wants this armor? I mean,
I was
you can-
We
saying
can give it to
that
Jinx.
I could
Give it to
probably
Jinx.
use it.
okay. You can pretty much manipulate the way that it looks. You can like fully customize it, which you know what? I'm
Mm.
gonna keep it now. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You can have it.
¿Cómo se
Yo,
llama?
someone identify
Glamored.
that fucking.
Glamored. Thank you.
Glamored studded leather.
Glamour.
Someone
That would
identify
be
that, bro.
like fucking glamorous and shit.
Who has identified
Gone.
this?
Gone has the bow.
No, but who has identified?
Oh,
Oh.
Ragongar does.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
does.
just Ragongar, right?
Throwing his Moscato away. Give him a second.
Okay. When he gets back, if he has a spell slot, we should do it. Or on the
No.
way
He
back.
can,
So
he can
So if you see
ritualistically
this
do it.
shit, it's fucking terrible.
It looks
He
bad.
already
Just looking at it.
ritually
Yeah.
casted it.
so
Oh, it's
was
true.
that one use per day?
No,
I-
ritual cast, I can do it as many times. It just takes
As long as
time.
we have the time, right?
It just takes
Okay.
10
Yeah.
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do it for you. Let's say I'm doing
Perfect.
that while I'm throwing away this wine.
So the bow itself, guys, is a it looks very elvish in nature. It has very pretty like tree and leaf like filigrees that are kind of like etched into it and like filled in with like this opalescent sort of
Ooh.
gemstone, and it has elvish writing inscripted in it. Does any of you guys speak Elvish?
Yes, I think I do.
Sir.
Let me double check.
You guys see me?
Yes, I speak Elvish.
In Elvish, it reads oath bow, and then swift defeat to my enemies.
Oh.
And basically, this is
Okay.
a +1 oath bow, and when you make a ranged weapon attack, you can use a command phrase to say "swift defeat to you who have wronged me," and the target of your attack becomes your sworn enemy until it dies or until dawn 7 days later. You
What
can
is
have
sworn
only,
en-
you can
Okay,
have
sorry.
only one such sworn enemy at a time. When your sworn enemy dies, you can choose a new one after the next dawn. When you make a range attack roll with this weapon against your sworn enemy, you have advantage on the attack roll. In addition, your target gains no benefit from cover other than total cover, and you
Fuck.
suffer no disadvantage due to long range. If the attack hits, your sworn enemy takes an extra 3d6 piercing damage.
God damn.
Yo, that's right up Dave's alley.
Yeah,
Piercing-
he's the
piercing
one that
damage.
used that bow. Dude, that's a great bow.
And it says, while your sworn enemy lives, you have disadvantage on
I
attack
cannot
rolls
hear you,
with all
Julio, if
other
that's what you're
weapons.
testing.
You said you
Oh,
have
yeah.
disadvantage with all other weapons?
All other weapons, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
shit. Okay.
While your sworn enemy
Well, I mean,
lives.
your primary is a bow anyway, so it's like.
But it's only
switches
while you have
often.
a sworn enemy. So
But
once
Dave,
he's
if you
dead,
don't like have a sworn enemy, or if your sworn enemy's dead, then you can just switch.
that's what
whenever.
I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you switch it off of them.
There's always room in your heart for another sworn enemy.
Yeah, and I mean, and you decide when it is something a sworn enemy or not, so you don't have to do it.
Nice New Zealand stuff.
Just if you want the extra damage.
Yeah, I
Like if
would
we're
love
fighting
to
a boss, obviously you want that, you know.
I would love it. But obviously it's cons right now because you guys are the ones that looted it all. So
Gun doesn't even use bows.
Doesn't mean he doesn't want it. Shit, I'm not just gonna be like, oh, it's mine now.
Well, no, but just ask him.
Go ahead and take inspiration for that. I appreciate that.
Ooh,
Dave?
David.
okay.
For
Okay.
being a good team player.
But that's what you can ask. You don't have to take it from him. It's like, hey, dog, you don't use this
I know.
shit. Is it cool if I have it?
Hey
We're
dog.
getting there.
Also, you guys should all be doing this in character. So
Hey, dog.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying ask in character.
I don't think I ever took the bow officially.
I don't think
actually, Gon, you did. You looted everything.
It was in the notes.
Oh, that's right.
Because it was just us there. They weren't
Just
there.
only because you happened to be the one that looted. So
Gone. That looks like I could put that to good use. Do you mind if I test it out?
now this bow does require attunement, so you wouldn't be able to use the benefits of it until you take out.
Right away. Okay.
And you asked for the bow specifically?
Yes.
Okay. And then I take the bow, I guess at this point off of my back and give it to you.
Thank you. I'll spend some time studying it, shoot a couple test arrows. I don't know what the immediate aftermath of this battle looks like. I mean, I know I'm pretty beat up.
Ronnie, is there any way that I can actually help Dave get attuned to it faster, or yeah, I guess that would be what I want to do because it is an Elvish bow.
I think we're gonna long rest right now.
Yeah, if you say
Okay.
you're gonna do it before rest, it just
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to like, and just
speed it up.
Yeah, truthfully, I don't know if there's like a mechanic that allows you to speed up your attunement.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have to be like specifically stated by the item, but
Okay.
I mean, you guys are gonna long rest right now. So.
Don't you just literally have to sleep with the item?
Yeah.
You're supposed to like role play it out. You're supposed to like, like as you're sharpening the blade with the whetstone and inspecting all of its elements, you like become attuned to it over the course of, your long rest or whatever.
So what point are we at right now, Ronnie? I mean, we obviously just killed all of these guys. Okay, so just real quick to kind of bring you guys up to speed. We were leaving the cave with Ebon Death in it, and somebody determined that it was a spirit that was within him, and we saw it escape. And so then when we were leaving the cave, it wasn't like an ambush, but this group of gnolls out here was waiting for us.
It was very much kind of like an ambush.
Yeah, so it was pretty much an ambush. But so there's this group of like half a dozen gnolls, with one of them being significantly bigger and more powerful than the others. And they basically ambushed us, but before we fought, they said, paraphrasing, but they said, "Thank you for doing our job for us. You released the spirit of Ebon Death," and like they were happy about that. So then we fought them, and it turns out that this particular group of gnolls was being led by the big gnoll that was basically my mortal enemy. So he's the one that used to torment me when we were captured by the.
Say he's your sworn enemy?
Yes, but he's dead now. We basically tortured him until he gave us all the information we wanted. We know that he was working for Ularan Mortis, who is basically the leader of the cult of Merkel, from what I could gather. And so we also found out that Ularan is trying to use Ebon Death to basically rule the world, really. So yeah, we tortured the gnoll till he died. He's where we got that giant flail from, the +2 flail, and a couple of other things here.
Yeah.
But yeah. So who was Flind? Oh, Flind was the one. He was the big gnoll.
Your mortal enemy, remember?
Yeah. Well, I never knew him by name. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Like, basically, we tortured him out, and we cleared the area. We're in like a big ravine kind of thing here, and yeah, like a lot of us almost died. So it was a rough fight. So that's kind of what you're coming back to now. I have like minimal HP here, and I think a lot of us do.
Ronnie hit Dave for like 66 in one turn.
That's
In
what
one
he
round,
told me. I
yeah.
was like,
Dude,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
That's
So after I see Vox, swap out to the new Elvish longbow, I'm gonna walk up and say, Vox, if you have no use for your other bow, I'm a pretty good shot. I should be able to use it.
let's see what you got. And I hand it over. It's a longbow +1. So I'll get rid
Longbow
of that
plus
from
one.
my inventory.
All right, longbow +1. Okay. All right, and then I'm just gonna try and let's see what's up. I'm just gonna look over and just pick a spot. What's my range on this? Up to
It's like
600 feet.
Yeah, it's 150 normally, and then 600 with disadvantage.
So I'm gonna pick a spot, like 300 feet away, and see if I can hit it. Let's see here. I rolled a 17.
I guess you hit it.
Yeah, I was like waiting for Roddy to say something.
Sorry, I was reading
You're
something.
just staring at me.
I was reading something else. Yeah, you can definitely hit it with the 17.
I'm like, okay, cool. I like this. It's better than the one I had before. Yeah, and actually, that'll come in handy too when we're fighting anything from range. Then I could just swap and run in. All right, cool. So are we long resting?
Yeah, you guys can definitely
I need it.
hop on the cart and
Oh yeah, I needed to.
Sorry, heading back.
yeah, you guys can take enjoy the benefits of a long rest on your way back to town.
I'll definitely take a turn driving the wagon at some point.
Who's driving?
So,
I'll drive.
All right,
Oh,
go
you
ahead
need a
and-
rest.
and then while she's resting, I'll drive. We'll swap out. Because it takes more than a full day to get back to Pendleton, right? From where we're at.
It takes about. Let's see, how many hexes? I would say yeah, you guys could take like a stop for a campfire break in between.
Okay, so that gives us enough time for us to switch off while she's resting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Make sure you add the gold that we found as well.
We did that.
Oh, we did.
Okay.
It was 71 gold and 4 silver. Make sure you add that. We all did.
Yeah. And then so basically, as like we're in campfire, I'm gonna like sit down with everybody and say, well, as we come back to town, we definitely want to get all the items that we can to sell, so we can try and gear up as well as possible for this fight. I know for Gongar, was looking at new armor. If we have enough resources, I would like a set as well. But on top of that, we should be looking to arm up any of the townspeople that are willing to fight.
I think the first thing we need to do is make sure that Harbin Wester Jr. is not the leader. With a leader like that, nobody will be inspired to fight.
That's true. We should touch base with Tribor and see if he's making any headway.
We can press the issue and get back to town, but I think after we take care of the dragon situation, our words will carry a lot more weight. So maybe we put the wheels in motion, but hold off until after we've defeated the dragon. And speaking of the dragon, we released something.
Yes.
We did.
And it's coming after the dragon we're trying to kill. I don't want to get into a situation where we are fighting potentially 2 dragons at the same time,
Oh, no.
or the spirit of the dragon inhabits the one we're trying to kill.
That's what's gonna
And-
happen. That's what we
And
got told.
yeah, it makes him more difficult to fight. I agree. But what do
I
we do?
think when we go into town, we should ask and see if there's a way to aid or help the dragon and find some way to barter, trade its life for the town of Fandlin and just have it leave the area, go somewhere else.
Tybalt, we have reason to believe that the spirit of Ebon Death will possess whatever it is we saw, and I refer back to the white dragon. The Knolls implied that that's exactly what's going to happen under the command of Ularan Mortis. This does not bode well.
Perhaps we go seek out Oleran and communicate with, try and make contact with the dragon to see if we can strike a bargain with the dragon. Not that I've ever bargained with a dragon, but I know that is possible. They're smart creatures.
Last
He's a
we
smart
saw
creature, but
And magical.
last we saw the white
yeah,
dragon,
he's a smart
he was
creature, but he
headed
may be driven by
directly
greed.
towards Phandalin.
Yep.
He was headed south. We don't know if he was headed directly towards Vandalin.
We're headed towards Vandalin, so we'll see where. I'm really hoping that Vandalin wasn't its destination, but we'll have to deal with the aftermath if that was the case.
Let's pat the
Was he a real
pommel.
fan of Phantom though?
I don't know how you can't be a fan of Vandalin.
Touche.
I'm gonna put on my hat. I'm gonna put on my little "Make Vandalin Great Again" hat and be like, I'm definitely a fan of Vandalin. And then I'm gonna pat. So I'm gonna have my little cap on, my little gnome's cap on. I'm gonna pat the pommel of my Dragon Slayer greatsword over my shoulder and say, if Vandalin was his destination, I'll make sure we avenge those people that were hurt.
Ronnie, can I do and let me know which kind of role it would be, but I want to try and remember when we released the spirit, what kind of energy it was giving off, what kind of magical essence it was giving off, to see if we can help protect the dragon from such magic.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an Arcana check for sure.
All right. Fuck. That's an 8.
8. You don't recall exactly what type of energy it was. However, knowing what you know about Arcana and the different schools of magic, you have a strong feeling that it was necrotic in nature.
Okay, so
Gross, bro.
I'll tell I'll tell the group the spirit was necrotic, so we're dealing with necromancy here. We should maybe check in with Adabra. That was her name, right? Adabra?
Adabra.
Adabra.
She's supposed to be working on portions for us anyway.
Potions to defeat the dragon. I don't know if it's a potion to help aid the dragon from necrotic influence.
Well, did anyone take anything from the dragon skeleton?
Yes. I took a tooth.
Okay. Well, she might be able to use that tooth to fashion some sort of protection against it.
That's a good point.
This might have to be a pincer attack where we have to help the dragon from being possessed, and also find a way to defeat the dragon via just fighting it directly, or seeking out its cult and taking them out.
I mean,
Yeah.
it kind of starts with Ularan Mortis. I think that's kind of going to be our starting point.
Agreed. Let's see if anyone in town has heard, or if we can get any information from them. when we're in town.
Fucking bird's going hard on.
Sorry, I had to fucking blur my background because our whole storage unit's right behind me.
What are you hiding?
As a cat.
I'm not hiding anything. It's just
He has the Breaking Bad cash back there.
It's just craziness. It's just like
The gems.
like it's literally like. All right, let me see if I can fucking.
Is there anything else you guys want to discuss while you're sitting around the campfire? How's everybody feeling
All
about?
that shit.
Are we on around the campfire? Or are we on the wagon back?
You guys stopped and made camp.
Okay.
You know, it's about a 2 days journey back from Dragon Barrel to Phandalin. So
I'd like to see how Vox is feeling. He seems
you're
pretty.
Oh,
He's
it's
pretty-
rough.
It's
I want
rough.
I'm gonna say Vox is kind of doing the thing where like there's been a great relief knowing that I killed again my mortal enemy, but like it's like it wasn't as satisfying as I wanted it to be, you know. So like that's what up until this moment Vox had basically like his driving force. You know, essentially like his whole reason to live was to kill this Knoll, and it just wasn't as satisfying as he expected. And obviously now learning that there is even a greater power in Ularan Mortis, it's this weird, like weird satisfied but not satisfied kind of look. And I think Vox is at this point still coming to terms with everything and having delivered some form of justice. But in that, he kind of just starts to lose himself into studying this bow and really just kind of studying what the engravings might mean to him. And it just kind of like hears almost a whispering voice of the swift defeat to my enemies that's carved in it in Elvish. And he kind of pictures or like hears what he thinks Lady Alagondar sounded like. And so like the words just ring true in his mind in her voice, or at least what he thinks is her voice. Swift death to you who have wronged me.
So
no, this isn't a bow that came from Lady Algondar. This bow
Where'd it
came
come from?
Flind the Knoll.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's going to change some things then. All right. Yeah, so he kind of gets lost in studying the
like
bow.
the flavor,
We'll just
though.
leave it at that for now.
So Zavantek places her hand on Vox's shoulder and looks at him and says, vengeance isn't always best served cold. Sometimes when it happens, you feel empty inside. But don't worry, you'll find a new purpose in life. But when that Knoll looked at you and Flint was targeting you, it talked about someone being alive, that she was still alive. Who is she to you?
Who is she? Who is she? Dave?
Yeah.
I just
No,
think it's
he's
funny
Vox.
how
I just think it's funny
We'll follow
that
her right now.
yeah. I just got that, guys. It took me a little while. I was like, okay.
She was the one.
I can just picture Zavantek walking up. Who is she? Huh? Who is she?
Is she prettier than I am?
Did she make you laugh more?
with your fireball gem gold tooth?
Yeah.
Just like
You're prettier than me?
She was the one. She was the only other
She was
Genasi
the
I've ever met.
Oh, that's
then let's
right.
find her.
Was she an Earth one as well?
She wasn't. She was an air Genasi.
Oh shit!
it's an
Sick.
airbender.
In other words, an Aeronauski.
It's been so many years I thought she was gone. And that's another thing that just kind of like, it's just fucking him up mentally, where all these years thought she was dead.
How long
and
has it been?
I've lost track, Jinx. It's been so long that I was in captivity, and she was before that.
Oh.
I have no idea. It's been years, decades, who knows?
Before all that,
Sidebar.
it all seems like a blur.
Sidebar. How old are you? I forgot.
I think he's like probably middle-aged or almost close to middle-aged Genasi.
Okay.
Probably around like 40-ish.
Okay.
So the whole time Zabantik is talking to Vox about this, and Gongar chimes in. Blast is going to be like maybe sitting across from you guys, across the fire from you guys, and just kind of like deep in thought, arms crossed, brow furrowed. He's going to go, okay, wait. He said she's an air genasi. You're an earth genasi, you're made out of rocks. She just made up of air? Like, what does she look like?
That's a good question.
not-
Gosh, Blast, you can't just ask Genasis what they look like.
Whoa, sorry, I didn't mean to offend. I'm picturing like an invisible person. Is that what she looks like?
Like how
She
she was
just
throwing
eyes-
friend.
Is she just eyes like floating? Like fucking all wispy and stuff like that?
No, I start to give you an elaborate explanation, and her
No,
skin
please
is
do. Yeah.
her skin was basically like a pale blue.
Oh, okay.
And where she wasn't necessarily made of air, it was more so that air would envelop her and become a part of her. And as you'd see her walking around, there would just be this, like, at times there might be her hair blowing around where there really was no wind of any kind, and just always kind of made you scratch your head a little bit. She definitely had this very unusual magical presence to her.
She had an air about her.
She had a certain air about her,
But she was tangible.
Yeah, absolutely tangible. Pale blue skin, dark black hair, and just one with nature. I've never seen a creature quite like her. At first they try to force us. They try to force our love, and you can't force love. But being the only two Genasis, really, and the only other Genasi I'd ever seen, it's hard to deny. I definitely became infatuated with her. And the Coulter Merkel ultimately wanted us to mate and create a paragenasi, which the likes of this world have not seen in many generations, is my understanding. But we can't let that kind of power fall into the wrong hands.
She sounds beautiful.
She was.
Is, apparently.
Is. We must find her.
We must find her, indeed.
She would be a great asset to us, and it's been so long since I've seen my friend.
What's her name?
Potentially lover.
Oh, good question.
I'm gonna put my arm on Fox Lasland's shoulder, and I'm gonna toss him my sending stone and say, "Why don't you ask our dear friend if she knows anything about this?"
When the time is right.
What's her name, Box?
What's her name?
Her name is.
Who is she?
I don't think I ever created one, so we are going to. Let's find a cool one real quick.
Is Juana.
Mariana.
La Cubana.
Just name her.
Juana La Cubana.
Her name is Mistral.
Mistral.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's
Getting a phone call.
She's calling.
Seriously. She's like, I got her phone number
That
already.
sounds
I
like an
found it.
office
It's the
phone.
sending stone.
It does sound like
Yeah.
an office phone.
It's also the dial-up network like sound.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
It was Edgar because he's like in the office, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. My bad. Let me answer that real quick.
Thunder Mifflin.
Thunder Mifflin, yeah.
Thunder Mifflin, this is Pam.
Aww.
We'll find her, Vox.
You just give a big like grunting nod and continue to study the bow as it all kind of sinks in.
So I look around and, Zavantik's trying to like come closer to these people, this ragtag group that she ended up falling into, and she looks at Blast and she says, "So, how was your experience with your brother? I mean, that's pretty jarring as well."
So after like all of the joking and new information he got speaking to Vox, a dark look is going to pass over Blast's face, and he's going to look down into the fire. And, I don't know what that was, but there's no way he was my brother. I would have known if father had made another like me.
Did you feel any type of connection to him? I mean, was there any type of like symbol or something on him that attributed him to you, or was it all just fake?
Well, okay, so DM, he basically looked exactly like me, but just different coloring, right? He was just a dark linked version of me.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And something I would have noticed. Like, he definitely distinctly looked like me.
Yeah.
Same height,
like-
same build, everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's no
And
reason for you
seemed
to
to
believe
move.
he wasn't created by
Like
Zeph.
copy paste in dark mode.
Right. Okay. But just Blast's own feelings about it is making him feel a certain way. Got it. Okay. Okay, so I mean, as you can tell, there's no real distinctive markings on me other than my shape and form, but he did look remarkably similar to me. And I'll turn to Gon and say, Gon and Jinx, when we were there, he looked like a copy of me, but darker. He moved exactly like me. It was like father had taught him how to fight, showed him how to use his powers like he did me. He fought like me, just better. I don't know if it was some trick, some dark magic, but he could have killed us. I
He
felt like I've
definitely
never fought
could have
before,
if,
and I
if
barely.
he wanted to.
Yeah, I felt like I've never fought before, and I felt like it was all I could do to keep all of us from being killed. And even then, he just left.
Did you learn anything from it? I mean, do you think that you could replicate his moves or his power?
Well, he used the same exact power as I did. I think by adding to it and possibly expanding my abilities in a way that he's not familiar with, that might be the key.
Remind me, did he get away, or did you kill him?
No, he got away.
He got away.
I was
Okay.
able to keep him away from just long enough, and before I could finally engage him again and hopefully land a killing blow, he opened up a portal and stepped out. But he did say that he wanted me to join him and that his master killed our father.
Do you?
What was the name of his master? Did he say, Ronnie?
His master was Yularen Mortis.
Oh shit!
convenient.
Yeah, he fucking followed this guy. Yeah. Yeah, so he's
Blast,
following
do you
the
have
same
any
guy that's
kind
trying to
of-
get this dragon spirit.
Do you have any kind of model number or serial number?
You have like a VIN number.
Have you checked your entire
Hey, so
body?
first of all, VIN number is redundant. All right, stands for vehicle identification number.
That's like PIN, yeah, but
Mm-hmm. I don't think so. So I'm just gonna sit there and like.
he's
kinda
like,
sit
I've always
back and,
wondered what the
do the whole-
00002 meant.
do the I'm gonna do like the fucking Woody from Andy, like look like the bottom of my shoe and be like, the bottom of my foot. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I mean,
Can I do a check for see if I see a VIN on him?
Yeah, give me an investigation.
Insight?
Investigation.
Investigation. An 8. Man, all these 8s.
Yeah.
You see some like nicks in his armor that you think might be some sort of indication. But then when you bring it up and everybody else starts to look around, you realize that those are just nicks from battle.
I thought they were kind of like some odd notation where it's just.
You're like, guys, I think I found some
lines.
strange runes.
but
It's just
as
where an
you
arrow
as you
clipped
look
them.
closer, yeah, as you look closer, you see them start to smooth over slightly, and you realize like Blast is just healing. Dude, he's the fucking Proto Man to my Mega Man.
I'm sorry, what is that?
I'm gonna fuck this full up.
I thought I heard something
I'm gonna
different.
fuck this full up. What?
Porno man.
I can't
Just
say
porno
it.
man?
It's being recorded.
I mean, you can.
You can still say it. That's the whole point of this.
It's 18
Because Ryo
plus.
put it on the internet, and then I'll be labeled. So no.
Uh-huh.
As Vox sits there, really kind of
Yeah.
associating with and studying the oath bow that came from his fallen
Whoa.
enemy.
David.
That's not me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know who that was.
Little
It wasn't
alien
me.
sounds. I don't know.
It was the Proto Man theme.
Oh, sorry. It was me. It was me. Was that?
No. I was playing the
No.
Proto Man theme.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. Damn it.
As Vox sits there studying the bow again that came from his fallen arch nemesis, basically, Flynn is a knoll. There was an unusual moment that he thinks back to where just like all of a sudden I take a sharp turn and look at Gon. Did he say they wanted to bring you with them?
They said they were here and they were supposed to take me in.
Spoiler alert.
I don't really know what they would want with me, but I bet it had to do something with my family. If that's something that they thought they knew about me, I'm glad that we proved them wrong. The last time we saw their Knoll friends and party. This time it seems like it was a good time for us to speak to them and really figure out that there's a lot more to this plan than just having us killed. They need us for something. For what? I'm not exactly sure.
And I just remember there was that brief moment of like evil Gon, like that kind of darkness within you came out, and
Oh, Scary Gone came out.
yeah,
That was intense.
Oh yeah.
I thought it
my
was
mind-
great.
I thought it was great
My
too. I
mind-
just didn't expect it.
Yeah, Jinx thought it was great.
kind of reels back to that where I just like I remembered Scary Gon kicking in, where we were torturing this guy basically and wearing him down and trying to get answers, and
Jinx was
Gon absolutely
like me,
sided
yeah.
with us and kind of really like put the salt in the wound for this guy to make him talk and just grab you Gon by the shoulder. Thank you for helping me with him. I didn't know that side of you, but I think I like it sometimes.
And I'll reply
As this is
and
happening,
say,
can I look over to Tibble and be like,
I'll reply and say, this is as much of a fight for myself as it is for you. So, wherever we may go, wherever we may find an enemy, just know that they need to fight at least the both of us.
Thank you, my
That's cool.
friend. And another quick, sharp turn, and I look at Jinx. What did he say about your orphanage?
He said he knew where the children were and how he said he thought that they were unsafe. So I know that they've been patrolling and at least been around checking out the children. I'm not sure for what purpose. He didn't specify, but it did make me very uneasy, and I did want him dead, but that doesn't mean that his men are still not patrolling my children.
Where is your orphanage?
My orphanage. So okay, so like sidebar,
I heard
I
her say
forgot.
never winter before.
I forgot where my orphanage is. It was
Buxoslan, I heard her say never winter before.
That's true. Yeah, no,
At least
that's where
some
the
of
original
us
one is. It's never winter.
remember.
okay.
At least some of us remember.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, at least some of us care about the
Your-
children.
Your orphanage will always be safe with us, Jinx.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's where my
Like,
kids are.
That's like, how do you do this all the time, man?
It just comes naturally.
Oh, I mean, me too. This is just my normal speaking voice.
Jeeps, does this require attention? Should we be worried?
It is something that I am worried about, and I do need to head back to make sure they're okay. And I've been saving some gold to increase their security by somehow. I'm not entirely sure how, but I know that our pressing matters right now is to go to Fandolin and make sure it's okay. But after that, it's definitely something I need to. It's something that's pending, and
Pick up on.
yes, I need to do that, even if I have to go myself.
No,
Okay.
I think we can go with you. We can. You're one of us. You're our friend. We'll help you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And almost as if
But I think
like
first things
not-
first. We got to go to Fandolin.
Yeah, I understand.
so at that moment, right, Vox is just at least again this whole roller coaster of emotions of like I fucking did it and killed this guy, but at the same time like I'm far from done. But I'll just ask the group, can we just for this moment in time celebrate our victories? And I look to Zabantic and I like kind of nod towards that new loot. Show us what it can do.
I pull out
Hey.
my turtly fingers with my nails.
Man, look at you.
They're so
And-
dexterous.
They are. And I
Little
tune
fucking
it.
tortoise
I
nubs.
tune it for about 45 seconds, you know.
I thought you were gonna say 45 minutes.
Bing, 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 bing.
The secret tunnels.
And
Secret tunnel. Bro, that's fire. That's what Blast is gonna request.
Fucking banger.
Hey, do you know Secret Tunnel? Zaban?
Zabantic does not know Secret Tunnel.
Zabantic totally knows Secret Tunnel, by the way.
And Zabantic is not going to play
definitely
Secret Tunnel.
knows Secret Tunnel.
Can we get a
She
deception
just like
check?
makes up her own secret.
Yeah, roll a
Yeah,
deception
inside
check,
check.
Zabantic.
Wait, no,
'cause-
hold on. Inside check. Inside check.
Yeah.
17.
Oh,
Shit. Oh, this is a zero. This is a +0. Let's see what's up. Boom.
let's see what's up.
Bitch, it was all right. It's a 3.
Yeah, so
I'm like, damn. I
Zabantic,
guess she really
looks
doesn't know
over and
Secret
tells you
Tunnel.
that she doesn't know it, and you don't have no reason to
doesn't
not
know it.
believe you. So.
Damn it.
Even though
All
you're
right.
pretty sure you were there with Zabantic when you heard Secret Tunnels from those
I'm like,
from those hippies, but you're like, maybe she just doesn't remember, I guess.
maybe I just had too much cactus juice when it happened.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened.
It'll quench you.
It'll quench. It's a quenchiest.
It's the quenchiest.
So Zabantic starts playing the lute. It's not Secret Tunnel. It's
Okay, all right.
a very well known hill, actually. And
What is it?
I don't know. I just made some very well known hill. I don't know. What's
It's
the opposite
not
of tunnel?
Blumen.
I don't know what the opposite of tunnel is.
You're
Mountain,
playing
I
the
guess.
exact opposite of the song. That's fucked up.
Tunnel. It'd be something about like an open plain.
Well,
Yeah.
no
Honestly.
mountain.
Yeah.
And like images of like spectral little birds start flying through the air, and then you see like a field of really bright blue flowers, and they like are kind of blowing in the wind, and it's just kind of a calming sense, and
Nice.
you feel happiness inside, and everyone's just able to enjoy the scenery, like kind of like you're looking at the iTunes like video thing.
Visualizer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chilling
Hell
out.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
We're just
yeah.
chilling.
Yeah.
That was good
Um,
times back then.
So like as soon as you're done, we're all relaxing and chilling, and we're like partaking of whatever our rations are. I'm gonna pull the Dragon Slayer Greatsword off my back, which Ronnie, just as a note, it's not having you attune it. It just says it's fine.
It says it's fine.
I went to add it to my attunement stuff because we'd rested already, and it's not requiring me to.
This is mine.
So I'm just gonna show it to everybody and be like, dude, like guys, look, I finally got it. And this shit looks like, I looked up the pictures. It looks metal as fuck.
I
Like,
haven't
guys,
seen
check
it
it
yet.
out.
I haven't seen it yet because I wasn't there when you actually
Can
pulled
you
it. So like
show
I
us the
walk
pictures?
over,
Yeah,
definitely
let me see if I can
amazed.
find
Show us the metal as fuck pictures.
Metal as fuck, boy.
it.
Metal as a fuck boy. That's not very metal.
Metal as fuck,
Metal as
boy.
fuck.
Well,
Metal
it
as
gets the
fuck.
best.
Oh,
Comma
okay.
boy.
So there's two that I
I just
prefer
posted it to the
one.
notes.
This isn't.
Oh,
But I bet it's not as cool.
I mean, that's what it looked like.
That one's the
Pretty
metal
cool.
as fuck one.
yeah, it's pretty
But
cool.
okay, hold on. I prefer this one. I'm gonna have to get back fucking into Discord and shit. Okay, so anyway, I'm just gonna be showing people like, dude, like check it out. I finally got the sword.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
am
that picture.
greatly interested in it. I'm definitely gonna come over and like inspect, the sharpness of it and like all of the detail in the handle and everything. I want to get a good look at the sword.
Do it. So this is the one that I was thinking of
Okay.
because it's actually called the Dragon Slayer Greatsword.
Dragon Slayer.
And Berserk actually,
How's your berserk so
but
good?
whichever works.
Ooh,
Okay, I
no
don't
hilt.
know very
You
much
might want
about
to add a
Berserk.
hilt to that.
I don't
You're
know very
right.
much about
I
Berserk,
got
but
robotic hands. Well, I mean, obviously, so that blade is humongous. So there's no need for a hilt because that blade is so wide.
What?
I mean,
What if
Okay.
someone else has a blade like
Costco.
that and they come on down on you?
That's true.
well, then I lose my hand, but I don't plan on it.
okay, in insurance, things are not planned.
Hey, real quick, did you guys know that Francine, Cynthia, and I all took fencing in COD? It was kind of
Oh
cool.
yeah, it was fun.
It was fun.
Oh,
Francine and I
Like
sparred
yo,
together.
Our very first duel, Francine just runs up and smacks me in the crotch.
Hey, you know what? I won though.
That's the point, right?
dude.
She did win.
Yo,
Kill.
someone, my buddy Clay, taught me how to fence. He used to take
It's
fencing.
pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, so
lot of
there's-
fun actually.
Awesome.
It is super fun.
There's two different kinds of fencing. There's like the saber one that's the overhead like bashing one,
Saber,
the-
yeah, and then
the regular.
yeah. So there's the what is it? It's called it's saber and then epee or whatever, right?
What are
Yeah.
what are we doing, guys?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
Yep.
sorry.
And then I think we're just waiting to go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. I'm going with the heftier, bigger blade.
Nice.
That thing's also like legit like 6 feet long. So
Jesus Christ.
So, do we
Yeah.
have anything else to talk about? I mean, I definitely take note of what
Have we
everybody.
rested yet? Cause like I need my health.
we rest.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
resting right now. We're at the campfire at night. So,
Oh, okay, we chilling.
but I
Eating s'mores and shit.
I definitely kind of make note of all of the different things that the cult has done against everybody. Like now I'm just kind of starting to make the connection of like how all of us, although we all started kind of doing our own thing, it seems like our priorities are becoming one more and more, right? So I look at Blast and he's, has his evil twin brother guy that is controlled by Ularan Mortis, which is the cult. And then, of course, Jinx and, her orphanage being threatened by the cult.
Bitches.
Obviously, Rigongar and me and I have been tormented by the cult forever. And, so obviously we have our vengeance. And then now Gon's being they're trying to bring him in, which, we don't know the details of, but that just kind of strikes me as a little strange. But yeah, and I just start to see how all of our lifetime problems or whatever are starting everything's pointing at the cult. It's getting worse and worse, I think. Just seeing the magnitude of what they're involved in and how they're affecting not only the area but all of my companions' lives here. And so that deep, like, burning hatred just kind of flows through Vox as he's again kind of inspecting the bow and also kind of trying to, get to know his companions here a little better. But it's all starting to come together, I think.
Yay!
I'm gonna put my hand on Fox's shoulder and grab his bow and say a prayer to Illustrate, and I'm gonna say, "A rightful place awaits you in the realms above, in the land of great light. Come in peace and live beneath the sun again, where the trees and flowers grow.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You will have
Thank you,
vengeance."
Rigongar. We will have vengeance. And I just kind of widely gesture at the group because I know everybody has their own justice that they're pursuing. And yeah, we all will. We all will.
Tom, go ahead and take inspiration, and then Edgar, it looks like you have a man bun.
It looks like you have a man bun.
He's doing the top knot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little top knot.
The little
bun.
tree.
Yeah.
Wahi Eren Yeager bun.
What? Who?
What?
Except,
Yeah. They
except he
know.
doesn't. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna spoil it.
Don't. I'll kill you.
Just get your tissues ready, dude.
I mean, last week's episode was already like halfway there, but anyways, moving on.
Yeah.
So I mean, with that, I'm kind of settling down for the night, coming to terms with what's happening, and at this point it's nightfall, right, Ronnie? Like, we're late.
Yeah.
At this point.
It's
Okay.
nighttime. Bright as fuck, boy.
Boy.
All right, so
Hey,
I
Ronnie.
think it's gonna go to sleep.
By the way, I want you to know, specifically you, that half of my thumbnail fell off.
How?
We don't need to know.
I know it's his favorite to know about nails.
All right. So what are we doing, guys?
You said it's nighttime, right? So we're gonna sleep. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Totally. I just wasn't sure if anybody else wanted to do anything.
Sabantic is gonna sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Is Jinx gonna do anything? Because I muted her.
You did mute her.
Just talking about some nasty shit I don't want to hear.
Cochina.
I will go to sleep as well. I need to sleep.
Okay.
And I go around in a circle like 5 times, and then I do this to the grass, like this.
Hexagon.
Until-
Kneading?
What? Wherever I'm laying down, and then yeah, I'm kneading the grass until it like it's just right, and then I circle it, and then I lay down, go to sleep. Now it's perfect.
All right, yeah, go ahead and take the benefits of a long rest on your
Yes.
character sheets, and we can go ahead and traverse the rest of the journey into town.
Fuck yeah. Sorry guys, I don't know why that logged me off, but
It's okay.
Zoom hates
Edgar,
you.
was there anything that Tybalt wanted to do in the morning at all?
Yeah. In the morning, I'd like to commune and see if I can make contact with my deity. So he'll walk out to an area sort of secluded. He's gonna rise before anyone else does, and then try and not sneak out, but quietly move away from the group so that
Just like
Would
he be okay with-
respectfully, like
would he be okay with Blast accompanying him, or does he want to do it alone?
alone, but you're more than welcome to try and follow.
Yeah, I'll try and see if I can wake up with enough time to.
are you trying to like be sneaky, like to hide your? Yeah, then go ahead and
Yeah.
roll a stealth check.
That's at disadvantage, so we
Okay.
shall see. Not one, so 2.
So yeah, as you are like trying to sneak out, you like trip over a rock and fall, and Blast at the very least is able to kind of pick up on that. And he starts to follow you. You know, maybe about like 20 paces behind you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my things, my tea set down, and sort of close my eyes and focus on the amulet with the thought in mind of the situation that we have with the cult and the dragon we're trying to go after. And he's gonna say, I don't know, if you're out there, but I think I know what you want us to pursue, but I don't know if we're doing it in the right order.
And
Up
you
there.
hear kind of like a scratching at the base of your skull, and it kind of causes you to like that weird little pain in your ear you get sometimes. You have to like kind of like twitch about it. And you hear a low voice that says, "Tybalt, the darkness is growing all around you. Now more than ever is the time to be the light in the world. There are some very challenging times that you will encounter in the very near future, and it is important that you do not lose your way. Hold fast to your faith, and your light will shine through the darkness."
And I'll sort of think to myself, well, that was mildly helpful. And I'll just conclude knowing that, it's, I'm sure no straightforward way of doing it, but just gotta do it. And I'll turn around and do I notice Blast?
I'm not trying to be sneaky, so
Okay.
Yeah, Blast is just standing there in the middle of a field, just watching you.
Breathing really hard.
Yeah,
no,
Not creepy at all.
like the
I
dude in
basically-
like the dude in Hey Arnold that was always like following Helga.
Yeah.
Your mouth
Yeah.
breathing.
No, I'm basically I'm standing a respectful like 10 feet away probably, but just holding the pendant that I use as my focus in my hand, and just like watching and just trying to see if I sense anything, because I haven't really sensed anything direct since our ceremony.
As you
So I'm just kind of
are standing near there, you definitely start to feel a warmth kind of emanate from within you that isn't natural, isn't the like it isn't the regular warmth of your mechanisms running, right? Like it's not your eldritch energy that keeps you going. It's something
That
that's
powers
a
my-
little bit different, yeah.
okay. Do I feel like a source that it's coming from?
You just as you like are focusing on your pendant and you are kind of like emulating what Tybalt was doing, you are watching him and you're trying to focus and you're trying to focus and you focus for so long and it's nothing happening that you kind of like your mind starts to wander a little bit as you start to like try to figure out, you know, because it's still very new to you, right? This isn't something that you're super
Right.
accustomed to yet. And as you get lost in the thought of it, that's when you notice it. You notice that you're starting to feel this almost this burning inside of you coming from within your core and spreading out to your limbs and your fingers, and you open your eyes and you realize that like you have like a bit of a glow to you that you wouldn't normally have. And
Okay.
very excitedly, you know, you kind of start to look around and you lose your concentration and it breaks. But you get the sense that you were able to kind of do it, you know, that you were able to like
Got
break
it.
through and connect a little bit.
I had the glow like Bruce Leroy.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's dope as fuck. That was a tight movie. Okay, so I'm gonna, and so no, Tybalt didn't see this, right? Because he's like focusing on his own thing. Or would he have seen it?
I don't know. That's up to Tybalt.
or would like maybe sensed it. I don't know.
Did it happen at the same time? Like once I was done communing, was I able to notice that he was still trying to focus on his amulet?
Yeah, like because you guys were this is independent of each other, so like you guys are
Yeah.
both kind of doing your own thing,
Okay.
just near each other.
Yeah. I'll note that Blast is trying to focus and do the same thing where he communes, and I'll just walk up to him and say it's important to release your thoughts and let your mind wander and naturally move, progress, and not to get frustrated. You won't get it on the first try, but keep trying and you'll get used to it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I definitely felt something there. It was different. It felt good.
No, I'm gonna say, good. Let's get back to the group. I feel like we're gonna have an interesting day ahead of us.
Okay. And we'll just trudge back to the group, and no one else is doing anything. Start getting ready to head back.
Nobody else doing anything?
The Bantic's on the cart, ready to go.
She's already woken up.
Yep.
Like, let's go, motherfuckers.
She's been waiting.
Oh, so I'm not gonna get on the cart. I'm gonna ride Tony.
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 DJ Quick?
Tony.
DJ Quick.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna be like, instead of having him
Still can't
follow
pronounce
us, like follow like parallel to the wagon, I'm just gonna ride him as Bantic takes the reins to the wagon. That's fucking. So is he like real quick, like as a reference for size, is he like the size of like a war charger, or like is he more of like a smaller pack horse?
I
mean,
don't,
he was
I don't know how to
her-
answer
he was
that
her
because I don't know
horse.
what a war charger is in the mechanics of D&D.
So he was her horse. I mean, mechanically they're going to be the same. I'm just thinking like reference for like what Blast is going to look like astride this horse.
Yeah, so I mean, yes. What are the big fucking Budweiser horses?
Well, that's a Clydesdale, but that would be like
Yeah.
similarly to like a war charger.
Yeah,
war
so
charger
that's what I imagined.
war charger
He
would be
was in
slightly
real life.
smaller
He
than
was a
that.
Clydesdale
Okay.
in his
You
youth.
remember? Did you ever play WoW,
So like a war,
Andre?
so yeah,
The undead
yeah.
horses?
Yes. So okay.
like
so
that.
like so that a war charger would be less. So a Clydesdale is like a working horse, right? A war charger would be slightly smaller than that, but
As
still
a
like
DM, I
effective in
don't have
battle.
an expansive like knowledge of horses, so he's just a big horse, man.
Okay. Okay.
He's
It's just
exactly what you
more
want
for
him
me.
to look
Like
like.
a Clydesdale.
It's just more for me though. Like a war charger is
Sure.
almost the size of a Clydesdale, but it's
If
more
that's
of like
what you want it to look
a
like,
battle
that's what it
horse.
looks like.
It's
Give
gonna
him a
be
little Sebastian horse.
Appaloosa. How about a Shire horse? Warm blood. Fjord horse. A Percheron. Maybe a Percheron. That's pretty
Oh.
cool.
Oh my gosh,
I'll have to go to like the nearest high school and find like the
That's
horse
him.
girl with a rolly backpack and ask her. I don't know shit about
With the
horses.
rolly background.
You guys watch Parks and Rec?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
love that
Yeah.
show.
The whole thing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. Just fucking give him a
Oh,
little,
yeah.
little skeleton,
Sebastian.
little Sebastian. dude.
Little Sebastian.
Little Sebastian.
I think Edgar dropped, by the way. I don't know if it was
Oh,
his internet.
Edgar's
Probably.
damn his internet.
He's probably taking this opportunity to wait. Did he pop on with his acai bowl today?
You did.
Okay.
What was acai bowl?
Yeah, he did. You missed all of his beautiful images. You want to pause real
yeah.
quick, Ron, while we wait for him?
You missed
recording.
all of his cool, like,
Ronnie wasn't recording.
oh,
Anyways,
Cassie.
what?
All right, guys. So as you guys are coming into town, you see that from camp, it's been about 5 or 6 hours, so it's about mid-afternoon now. It's probably about like 2 o'clock, maybe 3 or 4. Yeah, I guess like 3 or 4. But anyway, you coming into town, and as you are looking around, you don't seem to see any signs of dragon attack. as you recall, when you were in Thunder Tree, the dragon seemed to be heading south at the time, but there's nothing really that gives away that a dragon has been nearby. And as you come over the hill, you look down on the town of Phandalin, and you can see that it seems to be business as usual. There doesn't appear to be any signs of battle or anything like that. However, as you come closer and you near the town entrance, there are two guards that are standing by with their spears in hand. And as you approach, they get closer together, kind of like cross their spears, kind of blocking your entrance. And the first one turns to you and says, "Hello, travelers. What brings you into town today?"
What do they look like?
They're just regular human dudes. They're middle-aged men.
Are they in red brand shit?
Not exactly the most like athletic-looking people, but not like unhealthy by any means. They're kind of stout. One has like a I don't know, like a scrappy kind of beard that's just kind of patchy in places. The other one is a little bit more clean shaven with like a little mustache, that kind of like a handlebar mustache that comes down. Both of them are wearing the red brand cloaks.
Okay.
But what about the armor? What does it look like?
They looks like they're wearing very minimal armor, leather armor at best.
I'm gonna like elbow Vux Lastland and say, why don't you give these guys some decent sets of armor?
Can
I'm
do
gonna
that.
ask him for
Oh,
one
right.
of the decent
We're
sets of
gonna arm the
armor,
peeps.
and if Vux Lastland gives it to me, do you give it to me?
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull out two
I'm gonna-
of I have studded leather is like the biggest. We have a lot of them, so
Yeah,
I'll
Yeah,
pull
so
out
I'll
two
take one of
studded leather.
those and I'll look at one of the dudes and I'll throw it at him and I'll be like,
Okay.
put on some real goddamn armor.
How's that?
And they, as you throw the like sets of armor down at their feet, they kind of look at you. They're just like, "Is this for us?"
Yeah, if dragon's
Asshole.
coming, you gotta fight. If you've got balls, put it on.
I'm gonna step up and go. I don't know if you're aware, but we're your captains.
Are you wearing your red brand badge?
I'm pulling mine out of my.
He's like, I'm your
I'm not
captain.
gonna put it on, but I'm pulling it out to show them like we're your captains.
And they recognize the badge right away, and they go, "Oh, it's you guys. We're actually here waiting for you."
Do you know another robot?
No, that. And
Exactly.
He looks at the
So
other
you
one,
should have
and he's
noticed.
like, "You," and then he's like, "I don't know another robot."
So you should have known it was us as we walked up. Anyway,
Aw,
you gotta.
snaps.
We have.
And then he asks you,
business
he's
to
like,
do.
"Are there other robots out there?"
I don't know, man. That's not what we're talking about. Just let us through. Is my point.
Well, all I know is that on our list we have a robot with a red brand badge, which you presented. So if another robot came up and didn't present the badge, I wouldn't have let them through.
But what I'm saying is, you only know one robot, right?
Yeah, but what if there's
Don't
other
let them
robots
through.
that don't have badges?
there-
I'm not going to let those
Don't.
robots in.
Can I?
Anyway,
Can
I'm just
Gon?
gonna push through these guys and go. All right, dude, I'm done.
Yeah.
What does Gon want to do?
I just want to walk. Just do one of those like little brother moments where, like, Blast walks by, and as Blast walks by, I kind of do the mimic thing. So I just kind of like stare this guy down, even though he didn't do anything at me.
I whisper over to like whoever else is by me. And I'm like, yeah, that's evil gone. You don't even know.
That's evil
You
God.
don't even know.
So the guards look at the rest of you and they say, we've been told to look out for you to anticipate your return. Your presence is requested at the town master's hall.
We're not
Great.
going anywhere until you put that goddamn armor on.
Oh,
And
damn.
he looks at you and he's like, "Okay, yeah, we'll put it on, man. Thank you very much."
Damn, sorry, sir.
And then one
He's
of
like,
them
"Whoa,
puts the one with like the handlebar mustache kind of puts it on. The other one goes, "Damn, looking like a stud."
I'm gonna shield bash that guy.
Whoa!
Because I told him to put it on,
Dude,
not to say
He's
anything.
He's
Oh
our
my
subordinate.
God.
Calm down.
Wait, what are you doing?
He was just
I
checking
will
him
shield
out.
bash him. and
Cool, go
tell
ahead
him
and
I
roll
told
a
you to put
D20.
the armor on.
Oh,
not...
Go ahead
no.
and roll a D20.
You're gonna
Hey,
kill
hey,
him.
there's always time to check people out. Okay. It's
There's
just
always time to
admiring.
check people out when you're Jinx.
It's a 9.
Always.
A 9. As you kind of like shove your shield at him, he's able to just kind of like nimbly like get out of the way, and he's like, "Look, man," he's like, "It's cool. Like we're put it on. We're very appreciative of the leather armor," and he starts like strapping it in. And
Okay, I'm gonna look at him in the eye and I'm gonna say that's what I thought.
Oh
I'm
snaps!
done.
and he goes,
Wait, no,
That's
and
what
I
thought.
as Ragongar is walking away, I kind of grab him and try to stop him a little bit. I'm like, what about their weapons? What kind of weapons do they have?
They have a regular spear each.
I'm gonna give them great axes for each of them.
Oh, shit. Right.
No more basic bitches for you.
But not for them to only use, for them to like switch out, because sometimes it's
Yeah.
useful to use a spear, sometimes it's useful to use that great axe.
And I'll just let Blast give him a quick little like, here's combat 101.
Yeah.
But I do give them the great axes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of just grab one and just show them like, okay, you guys are probably only used to spears. If you've ever used a weapon in your life, this is how you use this. And I'll just kind of like twirl it around and show them a couple little movements, and then how to use their spear more effectively, and just turn. And as we're like getting ready to walk away,
And
I
I'm
hand
behind him,
back the
just
great
like
axe.
shanking the air.
I'm gonna hand them back the great axe and go, honestly, you should probably listen to him next time, like referring to Ragongar, and I'm just gonna walk by.
And just, like as Blast finishes up with them, Ronnie, I want to walk up and just grab one of the guards like by the shirt right here. Just, are you ready for the dragon?
He's like, I mean, yeah, with this new great axe, man. If it comes, I'll do my best. I promise.
You are not ready. Just
Says,
shake him,
I
push
know,
him
but
off.
can you please just go to the town master's hall? They're all waiting for you. And you see this trickle of like liquid coming out of his pant leg a little bit.
I'm
Oh,
not
pobrecito.
It's a dick move, bro.
You know, he woke up
I'm gonna
today.
look at him
He
while
woke
that
up today
happens, and
just
I'm
with
just
his
gonna say,
affirmations. You know, he told his wife
With
that
his
it would be a good
affirmations.
day. You know, he kissed his daughter goodbye on her cheek and told her that nothing would ever stop her.
He's like, you are
Followed
beautiful, you
his
are
example.
important, you are loved,
You are valid.
You matter.
you are valid.
at this point, Ronnie, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, your family is depending on you. Shape up.
Oh shit.
And he looks at you and he kind of like has like a sense of determination behind his eyes, Ragongar, and he gives you a curt nod. He's like, I got this. He tightens his grip on his double great axe, and he swings it around a couple times, and he seems to be able to maneuver with it pretty easily. So he feels the
Can we call
confidence
him
kind of
Paco?
come back.
Yeah, I'll give him the little
Name
salute and I'm
Paco.
gonna move on.
Yeah, we should.
Right, I got rid of 2 sets of each, 2 great axes and 2 studded leathers. So we still have about 10 of them.
But that's good because they were at the entrance, so they for sure needed them.
So as you continue on through town, you pass by Barthen's Provisions, and you can hear him kind of yelling at the 2 boys who are working in the back shop. You pass by the Stonehill Inn, and you can see that Elsa is outside, kind of sweeping the patio area, and she kind of gives you guys like a little wave and continues about her business. You do notice that the Shrine of Luck seems to have been cleaned recently.
Like upkept recently.
Yeah, it's been cleaned up. Last time you guys were there, Tybalt had given it a little cleaning and left an offering, and Glass had left a little offering as well. But there hadn't been a lot of presence there until now. It seems to be a lot more upkept and clean. And as you come around to the town master's hall, you see that there are 2 red brand guards standing outside with swords at their waist and spears in their hands. And
Nice.
they seem to acknowledge you, very friendly. And one of them speaks up and says, our guests have arrived. Welcome back, captains. Your presence has been requested. They're waiting for you inside.
Who is they?
Yeah, requested by who?
All the town's leaders are there. The mayor,
Is Tribord there?
Tribor, Lady Gariel, and
Was that again?
Wait,
Lady
real
who?
quick. Who is? Yeah,
Oh,
who's Lady
she's the
Gariel?
one.
Who's
Wait, this is problematic. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do a
she's from Neverwinter.
quick little huddle with my group. I remind everybody, Lady Gariel is the one that originally asked for the help from Neverwinter, right?
I'm gonna
She's the one
immediately
that-
pull out my sending stones and pull in Octavia, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck's Lady Gadriel doing here?"
Gadriel.
and from the sending stone, you hear Lady Gariel has returned with a garrison from Neverwinter. Beyond your
Can
best
she be
behavior.
trusted?
beyond our
Wait,
best
what
behavior.
did you say, Ronnie? What's the last thing you said? Beyond your what?
Best
Best
behavior.
behavior.
I'm gonna grunt.
And I just remind everyone that we kind of are here as imposters. I try to pull everyone, outside of the earshot.
Oh yeah, when we
of
were in the
whoever's
beginning,
out
you
there.
said like, "Oh yeah, we're the army they sent," even though it wasn't.
Yeah, well, that was the whole thing. So
Mhm.
Octavia fabricated this whole like, you guys are gonna pretend to be the guard, and you're gonna say you're coming from Neverwinter, but really we're not that at all. And Lady Gariel is the one, if I'm not mistaken, that kind of was like, she would be the one that would know we were lying. She was the one that was actually coming from Neverwinter as like the real guard,
But we
something
still
like
came
that.
to help, right?
Yeah,
We did.
that is
But
true.
So-
I want everyone to know we're kind of here under a false pretense, though.
It's a problem, but I think it's minor at this point.
I agree.
Who else is in there, guard?
Well, Mayor Harbin Wester's in there. His brother Tribor has recently returned with his men. Lady Gariel, along with Halia Thornton, as well as Lenine Greywind. And
Who's Lenine again?
I don't know how you guys keep track of all these characters.
She's
anybody want to answer that?
she is the one
Anybody-
that had the Order of the Gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
With Blast and Tybalt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, she was an armorer. She was like the Blue Shield lady, wasn't she? The Blue Shield Costers or something?
Lion Shield Coster.
Lion Shield Costers. Yeah,
Okay.
she's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she
dope.
was.
Francine,
our-
go ahead and take
well, she's our
inspiration
sponsor.
for remembering that.
She's
Thank
our
you.
sponsor for the for being in that fucking whatever
Order
it's
of the
called.
Gauntlet.
And we
Okay.
we're chevaliers or whatever. Chevals. We're level 1 chevals.
Okay.
I think it's Chevelle.
Chevelle. Yep.
I misspelled it then, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the band.
Yeah.
Huh.
Band.
Like the little
Chevelle?
arrow.
Oh
like
my
Oh, I thought
God.
it was.
What a
Like a
throwback.
military
Wait,
with
Wait,
a little
Chevelle
arrow.
is like a car, right? That's with
Yes.
a D, not with an A,
Yeah, that's
right?
my dream car, but
Isn't that Chevron, Ronnie?
A Chevelle is your dream car?
Oh.
yeah, Chevy Chevelle.
Why?
I don't know.
Mine's a
I think
Shelby
they
GT
did.
500.
I thought they were fucking cool.
No, it looks
and-
cool, but they're trash. Just like the Barracudas are all trash.
Bro, that's okay,
Yeah,
man.
but
Why do
they
you have
got
to ruin
crazy
Why do you have
engine,
to
man.
ruin my magic?
Breaking
But it doesn't
dreams.
matter, dude.
Very
His dream
selfish
can be
thing for you to
whatever he
do.
wants.
Overall, their drivetrain is
That's
fucking
okay.
garbage.
I don't have one. It was just a childhood dream, but that's now
You're gonna
shattered,
lose-
Andre.
You-
Thanks a
You're
lot.
gonna lose your ass every
Doesn't
single time you try
matter.
and take
I don't
a turn.
have it.
Andre, you better hope that you don't
Doesn't
have
need an
inspiration
ass.
because he's
I'm
about to
just
take
kidding.
it from you.
I don't. I've never had inspiration.
Weird flex,
Yeah,
but
your
okay.
character reflects that.
It wasn't a flex. I'm just saying he can't take it away. I've never had it.
Just kidding.
That's
So anyway,
fucked up.
you guys
That
are
was
the rank,
that
the
was a
Chevelle
very
rank.
odd tone of voice. You're right. Yeah.
We what, Ronnie?
Never had inspiration.
They're the rank of Chevelle.
The rank of Chevelle.
So we pretty much
mediocre
have
sports
the whole
cars?
town in there. I asked him though, is Adabra in there?
And he goes, yes,
Go
Lady
ahead.
Adabra is inside as well.
So all of the town
Okay.
leaders are in there, guys.
All right, so we got to fucking regroup. Who's talking?
Hey, but we need
Definitely
to
not
tell
me.
everybody. We
worried
need to
as
tell
long as
everybody about this
Tribord is
Actually-
dragon
there.
that
Wait,
is
hold on.
coming, because so it's kind of a good thing also that they're all
Wait.
here.
real quick, we got to huddle up and say, okay, who is the best at talking?
Not me.
Obviously, Tibble is, but
I don't. Wait, hold on. I don't know if that's
Gosh.
correct.
Tybalt's not here.
And I'm going to say, well, if Tribor is in there, I don't think we have anything to worry about. We have more
But-
than proven ourselves.
That's true. However, we may still have to plead our case. Who can actually speak persuasively in the group?
What case are we trying to plead?
I
That
think I
even if we
can,
are
and,
imposters,
Gon can.
I don't. Honestly, I think I'm up there with you guys. I might be. Yeah, I'm pretty
Somewhat
fucking up there.
persuasive. Somewhat.
Wait, what?
My perception is high, not my persuasion.
My
Meta.
persuasion's a
meta
plus
by
6. Who's
default.
higher than that?
Gon probably.
Is he though?
Yeah.
Do we have confirmation? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then
Yeah.
he should be the face.
Well,
then.
his class relies on charisma.
Oh.
Right, but I'm just saying. I was looking at my skills. I'm a plus 6, and I know I'm higher than most of the group.
Mhm.
Ooh, a wolf.
So then maybe we should just have
Or we
Gone
can,
do
you
the
know,
talking.
tag team it. Yeah, like we-
tag team back again.
Guard.
Yeah, I mean whatever.
Guard, do we
In either-
know what? Do you know why they want to talk to us?
this guard's like,
What?
oh god.
The guy said,
What
well,
what do you know?
I don't know all the details, but it sounds like the dragon has been getting closer and closer over the past few days. We've seen it flying overhead, and now that Sir Tribor has returned and Lady Gariel's back, I think they plan on making some decisions as a town to figure out how exactly we're going to deal with this situation.
Okay.
Situation.
Okay, so
All right, I guess
that
we need to
means-
hit in there.
well, do we want to go elsewhere before we go into?
I feel like they're all ready for us.
Yeah,
This might be-
all the town people, like main town people that we go speak to are in here. So I
Gotta get
think-
this.
I think we just go in confident, have Gone take the lead as far as speaking if we need to speak, and go from there.
Before we go in, does anybody have any abilities that can help us? So
Oh yeah, does anyone have bless?
I can definitely help if we need to intimidate somebody. Does anybody else have any?
I'm good at
I-
deception.
I can also help him persuade.
Do we need to
If he
deceive them?
needs- I don't think we do. I think we just need to persuade them to our cause.
Okay, just as a backup. I'm good at deception.
I'm great at persuasion, so if he needs a little backup, I can try and help him and maybe give him
Ooh, ominous.
advantage or something.
What if
Vantic
Lady
would like to go
Gariel
in
just
there.
right away?
And just fucking wing it. Let's roll some dice.
Of course. we
Shit.
will.
Well, I mean, we need to go. We need to go in it. They know we're here. They know we're in town. They've summoned us. We shouldn't waste any more time. We should just go in there.
Yeah.
Say
We know
Proud.
what
Don't-
we've
We
done
should
for
go
this
in there
town.
proud.
I'm just going to turn to
Yeah,
the
we
group
know
and
what
I'm
we've
going
done
to
for this
say,
town.
Yeah,
do not
that's
say
true.
anything unnecessary. Only give them the information that you're requested, if you're requested.
I'm gonna pat
so we're
Gon
talking
on
to
the back.
cops.
Yeah, I'm gonna exactly. I'm gonna pat Gon on the back as we're walking in and getting ready to walk in and say, "I got you, bro. We got this."
And I give them a thumbs up. We're good.
I'll say, Gon, I'm with you. I'll provide guidance along the way if we need it.
You casting any spells on him?
No, I need
Like-
to be
like guidance?
within touch range to cast guidance. So I'm gonna be close
Just
to
walk
him.
in
Same,
holding his
okay.
hand.
No.
So basically,
I'm
let's
just gonna-
picture like a little Triforce. We're gonna have like Gon at the front, and then I'll be like to his rear right,
A
and then
flying
Tibble can
V.
be rear left. So we can, I can interject or not interject, but like assist in an argument, and that way Tibble can still touch him and cast guidance if he needs it.
Let's go.
All right, are we ready?
Mhm.
Let's do this.
So as you guys walk up the stairs, the one of the guards kind of knocks on the door, and it's the door you're used to. It has 1,000 locks on it, and
It's unlocked.
you hear the unlocking of a numerous amount of locks, and then the door creaks open. You guys are able to see the inside of the townmaster's hall for the first time. As you walk in, you see that there are seemingly like stalls. It seems to be kind of like there are several different there's a long counter space where there would be like clerks behind it, and there seems to be three different kind of there's like three different arches kind of separating them, where you would imagine that there would be different offices and where you could line up and speak to the person regarding like your taxes, or line up and speak to the person regarding like
We're in like a bursar's
complaints
office.
that you want to issue. What was
Sounds
that?
like a DMV to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like we're in a bursar's office, like at a college or something.
Basically, like imagine this is like when you go to the courthouse or something, and
Yeah.
this is where all the town business is held.
I don't know why I'm visualizing all like the goblins from the bank in Harry
For
Potter.
Gringotts? Yeah.
Kind of like that, just minus the goblins. There would be like
Why am I
just regular humans that are kind of
Goblins are
managing.
nice.
Sometimes, yeah.
And you enter, and then there's another guard waiting for you inside, and they kind of gesture you along down to a long hall. And as you walk down there, you come into a place where there's double doors that open up, and then two more guards open the doors for you, and you see that there is a long table in this room. It's probably about 30 feet in length, maybe 15, 20 feet in width. There's that long table that sits about 15, 20 people around it. And you see at the head of the table is Harbin Wester, and he's this scrawny little man who's no more than like 5'2", and he's just very gaunt looking. His clothes just don't fit him right. He has these burning bright red long mutton chops that come out, and they're just that like orange color of like redhead. He's
a ginger.
Yeah. he has a what is it, the milady hat?
The fedora.
Yeah, he's wearing a fedora.
Oh,
and you can
God.
clearly see like where his fedora is kind of tilted a little bit. That he has that like cul-de-sac kind of male pattern baldness going on, and it like connects to his mutton chops. And he's sitting there with this bright big green bow tie, and just some regular clothes with some what are they called? Fucking strappy things.
No, suspenders.
Suspenders, yeah.
Oh my God.
To his
Really?
right is his brother Tribor, who's sitting there, and he looks over at you and gives you guys a curt nod and a smile as he welcomes you in. To his left is Lady Gariel. She's sitting there, and she's in her very kind of fancy cleric-looking attire, where you can see that she has some armor on, but she has a very nice silken hood that's kind of been drawn over it, and it's very intricate, very fancy looking, very clean. Next to her is Lenine Greywind. You recognize her as the leader of the head of the Lion Shield Coster. She sold you guys some armor and helped the boys with their oath of the Order of the Gauntlet. Across from her is Halia Thornton, sitting next to Tribor.
Looking fine, huh, Gon? Huh?
I totally had blocked that out of my mind.
They all kind of stand up when you enter the room, and they greet you. And Harbin stays seated, and he says, welcome in. Been a long time, huh?
Nice to finally see your ass.
Oh, shit.
He says, yeah. Go ahead and have a seat. We're all here. It's time to discuss some order of business regarding this dragon situation we've got going on.
I take a seat. Big old plop, like
I'll follow
Yeah.
suit.
And the whole room kind of.
I try to see if there's anything high that I can sit on to look down at them like very judgmentally.
Not really. They have like there's like
There are
some
no-
bookcases.
A bookcase.
There's a fire. There's like a fireplace with like a mantle above it. But all of which are just very shallow in depth. They have some like pictures that are framed on the wall.
I'll go on that bookcase you said. Not just sit there.
It's much too small for you.
No, I try anyways.
Okay. As you start to climb the bookshelf, like shelves themselves start to come about, and like books start just falling on you. And Lady Gariel kind of clears her throat.
I jump up because the books startle me like just straight up into the air. And then I sit down in a chair like nothing happened.
And then, do any of you guys else do or say anything?
And I use that moment of like, use that as a diversion and kind of just try to make eye contact with Lenine to see if she gives off any particular indication, positive or negative, as to the committee getting together.
Lenine actually has her eyes set on the three of you. She's watching you guys very closely, and she catches your gaze, Edgar, and she realizes that you're looking at her for some sort of sign or indication, and she just kind of gives you a very slight smile, and just kind of very politely nods. And
Oh, is she flirting with her?
I would like to just like see if like I can detect if she's being honest with that, or what does she mean by it?
Lenine,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll an insight check.
16.
You seem to gather that she really has no like underhanded scheme behind her acknowledgement of Tybalt.
She's not scheming.
She's very genuine in her reaction.
Okay, I'm done.
Are we? It seems like we're missing a bunch of people. What happened?
I'm here.
I'm
Just
listening.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't like look at the participants tab, so I don't see who's all here. As you guys sit around, Lenine welcomes you guys and says that she says, "It's good to see you guys are well. I'm glad you guys are back in one piece. We have much to discuss. Please join us." As you guys start to sit around the table, Tribor looks over.
I want to
at you.
ask her, why wouldn't we be back in one piece?
She goes, "Well, I understand that you guys have undertaken some very dastardly quests on behalf of the town, and it is very much appreciated. You guys are heroes around these parts, so thank you for everything that you've done. We really appreciate you helping Mr. Tribor here return his men to town. He told us in great detail everything that you guys have been through."
I'm gonna give out a long sigh of relief, and I'm gonna look at Tribor and like put my hand on my heart and be like, I'm glad.
And then Tribor looks over at you and kind of puts his chest on his fist on his chest over his heart, and he says, he gives you a slight bow. And he says, "Sir Ragangar, and the rest of you, thank you guys for everything that you've done. My men are back home, safe to their families, and they're recovering well. All 10 of them, are healing up and will be ready for battle. All they would need is some good studded leather armor and maybe a couple great axes." And
I'm sorry.
Oddly
Well,
specific.
There wasn't 10.
there were 10.
It's okay. Our turtle sometimes like
How many were
loses
there?
her head.
There was 7 or 8.
Okay, well, there's 10.
I don't know. Now
multiplied in the meantime.
Zabantic is very dubious now.
Okay, so if anything, that would be an inaccuracy on me as a DM,
Okay.
not
Okay.
Tribal.
All right, you're because you made me think that this wasn't Tribor for a minute.
No.
Okay.
If there's an inaccuracy, it's Ronnie, not
Okay.
Tripod. The character is
Damn
speaking
it,
truth
Ronnie.
to the best of his knowledge.
Okay. He just doesn't know his people. It's fine.
He's like, 7, 10. That sucks.
All in all, we've been through a lot, and we are much appreciative of everything you guys have done. And then
Excellent. So, to what do we owe the honor of being here today?
Halia Thornton kind of perks up a little bit, and she says, "Well, as you all know, a lot has changed over the past few weeks. The dragon attacks are getting closer and closer. And I think it's time that we come together as a community and find out what the best plan of action is. Given that you guys have all had such a prominent role in the going ons in town, we thought it best to include you in this discussion as well."
Why not?
What's your plan?
And she gets a wry smile. She says, "Well, I think we all need to decide." Oh, and you know what? I'm sorry. What's her name is there too? The fucking potion lady.
Adabra?
Adabra is there as well.
Who's talking right now?
Halia
Halia.
Thornton.
Helia's talking. Okay.
Halia Thornton says, we all know that the dragon attacks are getting more and more frequent and closer each day. We've seen him flying overhead multiple times this week alone. I think it's best that we decide what to do with the town and how to best defend ourselves in the coming days. And Harbin Wester chimes in. He says, Yes. I think we all know that the dragon's coming nearby. There's a reason why we stayed hidden inside this town master's hall. This
Or
is for our
you.
best interest. If we stay defended, it can't get us. And I think that for the rest of the town, maybe we'll find something else. So maybe they can stay inside their homes. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys are adventurers.
So
Harbin,
I would
you're a
like
What have you come
coward.
across?
Yeah, I would like
You
to
are a
just
coward,
shut
Harbin.
him up. Like this is not helpful at all. Everything that just came out of your mouth is ridiculous. There's no purpose for it. So maybe someone else should talk.
He says, if you don't
So,
stand for the people of Phandalin, then we'll
And
find
I'm
somebody
gonna just
who
I'm
shut
gonna
him
step
up,
in,
and I'm
yeah.
gonna be like,
As you
look,
haven't
I'm
bitten
gonna
your
appeal
tongue.
to what's his face, his
Tribor.
brother, and I'm
Tribor.
gonna be like, I thought we talked about this. What's going on here?
Tribor says, yes, well, like I said, we have plenty to discuss. If everybody would just stay calm and act
You don't by any chance
politely.
have an underground secret tunnel or like
Secret
some kind of
tunnel.
bunker? I know it's very
Secret
out there,
tunnel.
but it's worth asking.
And Halia Thornton says, well, it's funny that you bring that up, Miss Jinx. My men have been searching for a place for them to head off to. Someone did suggest Gnomengard, where the gnomes are hailed from. However, I believe that there is a place just out in the same hills. It was an old, ancient dwarven fortress. I think it would be best suited for the large amount of people that hail from Phandalin. Rumor has it that it could easily house up to 300 people.
Mm.
I'd like to lock eyes with Gon and just be like the eye thing, like do something.
I mean, Halia is correct. As you all remember, I would say a few week and a half now. I did mention that there were the ruins that that were dwarven in nature, and that the people could be led there if they were to need protection. If we were looking for somewhere to refuge. But my question is the dragon headed here for a specific reason? what's there for us to identify that the dragon is coming here specifically, as opposed to anywhere else like the dwarven um, abandoned caverns?
And Lady Gariel speaks up for the first time. Or has she spoken already? Anyway, she
Mhm.
speaks up and she says, Mr. Trellian, thank you for your position on the matter. You bring very valid points. I think the dragon's motivations are still unknown to us. However, the most prominent decision that needs to be made is what to do with the citizens of Phandalin. I think that finding refuge for them outside of town might be best. However, we need to ensure that it is safe for them to go there before we make any moves. Phandalin is a small town with plenty of its own security provisions. However, these are simple homes. We don't have the fortified buildings that cities like Neverwinter or Waterdeep have. Um, and my fear is that moving the citizens of Phandalin to Neverwinter would be like putting them as sitting ducks on the road, just waiting to be attacked.
I agree with that. Neverwinter is a long ride from here to there. Headed to the cavern, has there been more information that you can provide? Was the area scouted from here to the dwarven caverns?
And Halia chimes in. She goes, "Yes, thank you, Gon. My men have located the ancient fortified city of Axholm just south of Phandalin here. It's maybe a few hours ride by horse. If citizens had to walk, it might be uh, maybe 8 hours max. I think if we cleared that out and made sure it was safe, we could use a small party to go in and make sure it's cleaned out. Once we know that it's safe, we can move the townspeople there. However, there's no guarantee that the dragon won't attack once we do, which is why
And
we've gathered you all here today.
what of the townspeople's will? Are they willing to abandon their homes in order to um, seek refuge?
Tribor perks up and he says, I think if we all come together and decide this unanimously, they will support our decisions. People of Phandalin are good people, and despite their local leadership, and he kind of looks over at his brother, he says, this is a small, tight-knit community, and we all stand by each other. I think we can definitely make this work.
I'm gonna do
What
one of
was
those
what
British Parliament things and go, aye.
what was the name of the last caves? Axel something you said?
Axholm.
Axholm.
Home. Oh.
Okay.
And I mean,
And
at this point, it seems like Gon in his head is pretty approving of this plan, and it seems like Ragongar is on board. But I want to make sure that this is okay with everybody else. Um, Gon's real concern is just about the city or the townsfolk.
Yeah.
You know, but other than that, yeah, I just want to make sure if I can get the group's approval just by looking back at them, seeing if anybody's looking a little hesitant or anything like that.
Well, so we just recap our options real quick. So up until now, it's either basically we stay in Phandalin and fucking shitty Harbin Wester barricades himself in the Townmaster's Hall. That's option one. Option two is to go to Nomengard. Option three is to go to the Goblin Castle. And then now option four would be to go to Axholm
Urn
Caves,
Caverns, yeah.
right?
Yeah, and
that right, Rodney?
just as a recap, Axel Holm, I'm pretty sure is the cavern that we cleared out a very long time ago.
it's not Julio.
And also,
It's not okay.
This
it's
is
just
So
a
we
new
don't
yeah.
we don't
We
know anything
haven't
about
been
that
there.
one yet, right?
We've never been there.
Okay.
That
Well,
was a
that's
temple.
So,
Julio,
that's
that
why-
was a temple that you guys found.
okay.
And it very much so wasn't, a tremendously large building. It was
Not for
a
300
very
people.
large church.
Okay. Yeah.
that was like built into a mountain, but it wasn't. I mean,
Actual.
past that initial like main hall, hall, there like it was really just the small tunnels outside of that.
Okay.
So it would really just be
Um,
like a big church that you're kind of putting them into. Whereas Axelholm is more of a fortified city of sorts
Right.
that the
That's what
dwarves
I'm
use.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Like that's what we need to talk about is what is the most defensible position. If we're in these caverns at Axelholm and there is like one primary entrance that we can fortify because it's the only place that the dragon can get through, why don't we go there? Phandolin's all in the open. We can always rebuild Phandolin at a later date, but saving the people of Phandolin, I think, would be easier in a defensible position.
So right now we know what two of these look like, right? We know what Phandalin looks like. We know what
You know,
Nomengard.
Nomengard, yeah.
We haven't been to the Goblin Castle and we haven't been to Axholm. Right? Is everybody with me?
Yeah.
So far? So I mean, really, for us to explore the other two options, we would either need to get eyes on it or just go in blindly, which I don't think
We
is a
don't
good idea.
We don't have time to explore.
What does the leaders know about the Goblin Castle? Is that something that they're aware of?
And Axelholm too. Like what's the information from these two locations?
Who are you asking?
I'm sorry, what?
Who are you asking?
I would assume Halia knows of Axholm, so I
Yes,
would ask her. if she-
Halia is the one that's proposing Axelholm or Axholm. sorry.
Yeah. And then that's what I'm asking is like I guess at this point I would just ask the leaders what do any of you know about a Goblin Castle that is possibly another option for refuge?
And they kind of look around and they're just like, and Tribor chimes in. He says, the Goblin Castle of Cragmaw has been in ruins for about 30 years. There was a Goblin King who held seat there, and he was dethroned, and his Goblin forces were spread out. For some time, there was some bustling about the goblins were fortifying the Tribor Trail for a few years, but they've since kind of disbanded, and without their king, they really didn't have the leadership to continue going forward and try as they might. Being goblins, they aren't exactly ones for diplomacy and democracy, and the infighting began, and they all kind of went their ways. That Cragmaw Castle is nothing but ruins now.
Ronnie, I'd like to recall the lore about this historical event.
Go ahead and give me a history check.
13.
13. With the 13, you have definitely heard that there was a bit of an uprising in the Sword Coast, especially around the Phandalin area, where many years ago a group had kind of come through here and we're involved in many adventures. One of which being the Cragmaw Castle. There was a group of dwarven brothers who were captured. One of them being held at the castle, and this group of adventurers stormed the castle and in an attempt to save the dwarven miners, and that king what was his name, King Graw or something, or Craw. Give me 1 second while I find out. He had been slain, and his goblin kingdom was taken over by a human barbarian. However, that human barbarian was tragically lost not too long after that, and his forces that he had amassed had begun infighting and were dispersed. Essentially, they all went their separate ways.
Thank you.
So it's abandoned, a ruin, and location-wise, how far is it from Phandalin?
The Goblin Cragmaw Castle is.
Give or take.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out. I don't know, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
It's probably
in
like a
our-
2 days
in our
journey,
thing-
I would say.
Yeah.
In our thing, it was
that's
about
what
1 to 2 days to the west.
Yeah.
That's comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
Goblin's Castle, 2 days away. This other place that's a dwarven.
Yeah, King Grawl was his name.
cavern.
King Grawl was the king of the goblins and the Cragmaw goblins, and he ruled many of the goblins along the Sword Coast and was involved in the attack on the Rockseeker brothers, who were saved by this group of adventurers many years ago.
And so I'll say, what is it called? Let me double check. Axholm is at most an 8 hours ride from here, so it's closer. It seems like from the information, Halia, that the cavern is still intact compared to the ruins of the castle. Is this correct?
Indefensible.
Well, my men have discovered its location after years and years of searching. This was an old dwarven fortress that held a dwarven noble, and many of his citizens lived within the mountain inside this fortified fortress. You'll find these very two large, maybe like 40-foot stone doors that are carved into the mountainside, but we have not yet been able to open them or get inside. My men have only been able to locate it as of yet. We don't know what remains inside, and therefore I think it's best we do a cleanup sweep and make sure that there are no threats. As you know, there are plenty of creatures that like to lurk in old abandoned facilities, especially underground, inside of caves and beneath mountains.
This is Axholm?
This is the Axholm
Yeah.
that she described.
Okay.
How far apart are the dragon attacks?
Well,
lately?
they're getting more and more close with each attack, and he's seemingly just attacking wantonly. Many times he doesn't even take prey as food. When he first arrived, he was taking cattle, taking sheep, taking cows, attacking bands of orcs. And now it seems to be anything that catches his eye is filling his icy breath.
Can I think about how I feel about each one of these leaders that are sitting in front of me? What is the vibe I get?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. 19.
Very good. You don't trust, based on your past relations, you know that Halia is a little, she's willing
Shifty.
to do what it takes to get the job done, whether that be a good thing or a bad thing. You definitely suspect her of having some ulterior motives. However, you do seem to believe that she is being truthful in her statements about Axelholm.
Okay.
Lady Gariel, you're not super familiar with. She seems to be very, very devout to her faith. She carries herself very, like her posture is very good. Her clothes are all very nice and fancy, and she speaks with very proper etiquette, and she's mindful of all of her manners. She's very much a goody two shoes of sorts. But you haven't really interacted with her a whole lot, so you really have nothing to base it off of other than this interaction now. Do you remember what? Okay, let me ask you this, Zabantik. What do you remember about Lady Gariel?
I don't think I know very much except that she is a harper, right?
Yeah, cool. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Okay.
Knowing that she's a harper, you expect her to be a like upstanding citizen. Knowing that the harpers are devoted to wiping out evil and instilling justice and the law.
Okay. So
So
she's
you
just
expect her to be like good natured. Harbin, you obviously have many reservations about. He seems to be acting very selfishly in the way he transacts business with the people of Phandalin. Even in the defense of town, he seems to be very focused on keeping himself safe. You wouldn't put it past him to do something that would put you at danger if it means keeping him alive. Lady Adabra is there as well, and she is kind of she's exactly how you remember her. She's very sweet, very like motherly. She just wants everybody to make sure she wants to make sure everybody's fed and doing well and is healthy and is satisfied with whatever is going on. She dotes over people. You expect her to be sincere in any of her interactions with you. Same with Tribor. You know that Tribor is a well-esteemed leader. He cares about the people under his protection and will do what it takes to make sure that he puts his people and his town before himself. And same with Lenine. You haven't had a ton of interactions with Lenine. However, knowing that she is a member of the Order of the Gauntlets, you expect her to do right by the citizens of Phandalin.
okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good roll.
If I may speak my part, I guess this is how I feel. Not that I'm set on this, but Axel Ax,
There's an echo going on. Hold on.
Axelholm, is that what it is?
Home.
Seems like a lot of effort for not enough time that we have. The Goblin Castle just seems like also maybe, I don't know, too unsure for us to do anything. I feel like Nomengard would probably be our best bet. I mean, it's underground. There's probably hidey holes or something that we could set up where we could peek out and maybe have some type of, I don't know, ranged combat, I guess, or maybe some traps or something that we can set up. The gnomes are very, they're like engineers, right? So they can build contraptions that maybe we can launch things at the dragon with. Just the others seem so, staying in Phandalin is a dumb decision, but the others just seem very, there's, I don't know, high risk for high reward, I guess, but there's also the risk part. So that's Zabantik's piece.
I'll ask the leaders, Ronnie, about like what kind of encounters we've had so far with the dragon. I mean, obviously the attacks have been increasing in frequency, but I guess what I'm trying to figure out is like, is it still looking like a frost dragon? Have the attacks changed and maybe the way that he's attacking at all? Like what experiences have they had? What are the most recent, like how many days ago was it and what did the dragon do?
And then Harbin chimes in. He says,
Okay.
"The dragon gets closer and closer every day. Every day, there are reports of caravans being attacked. We've found plethoras of mercenaries frozen in place, and they're getting closer and closer to the city. I think it's best that we move now to get to get us safe. You know, I'm not trying to be eaten by this dragon, and we need to decide right now.
Calm down.
You calm down.
Don't you tell me to calm down.
I said calm down.
Yeah, you wanna go? I'm gonna pull my mace out.
And then Lady Gariel says, both of you two, please calm yourselves. This is not a place to let your emotions overwhelm you.
All right, I'm gonna put my mace back and sit down and give him an evil stare.
Lady
Can we stop
Gariel,
music?
Lady Gariel gives you a curt nod for Gungar as
It's
a
like
show of thanks
ambience.
for not escalating the situation. And Harbin kind of just mumbles to himself and kind of settles back down. And Tribor says, you know, my brother is right. We do need to come to a decision soon. I think we really need to evaluate what the best move would be for the citizens of Phandalin. It is our duty to protect them, not just ourselves. But I think us as the leaders of town and you as these champions of Phandalin who have been acting solely on Phandalin's behalf, you know, together we can make this work.
So at this point, you know, out of character, it seems like the two choices is Gnome Guard, which seems like they're more well equipped to handle a threat. Um, but you know, the gnomes have to be accepting of it, which I think they could be persuaded, considering we were able to help them out. On top of that, they have some sort of contraption that they've been working on since the beginning of our campaign for Andre. We like gave them some stuff, right? So they might have some sort of gadget, some sort of equipment to help us out. The other option is Axholm, which is a cavern we have not yet been to. It is it closer or further away than Nomengard?
Closer.
It's closer. Okay. So
Actually,
whatever is inside, if there's
I
anything
think it's
inside,
closer, but I might be wrong.
okay. If there's anything inside, it might we'll have to clear it out. And number two, we would be less well equipped, considering that all we will have with our group is some studded leather axe holding army, but with no real equipment to combat a dragon, just literally bodies, possibly cannon fodder, if that's the way you want to think about it. So those are the two options that really like Gon himself is considering, and those are probably our best options in general.
So, just chiming back in about the location, they're about the same distance. Nomengard might be a little bit further, but essentially they're pretty much the same distance.
One thing, Ronnie, I'm not sure. I might have missed it. How long ago was the last dragon attack? You mentioned there's mercenaries being
Just days
frozen and
ago.
stuff like that.
Just days ago.
Just a couple days.
Yeah.
Okay. And would that have lined up with what we saw when the dragon was going south? Would that have been that attack, or was it like before that?
Yeah, it would have. It would have been.
It lined up with that.
Yeah, because
So
that
when
was
we saw
just
the dragon
like
going
2 or 3
south,
days ago that you guys saw it coming south. So
and so the attack kind of coincided with that.
exactly.
Okay. So when we saw him going south, that he hit. Okay.
So I mean, at this point, I would say, as a group and as people who have pretty much been at Phandalin's disposal, I guess we could say, is as a group we should come to a decision and lay it down to the leaders, and from there, Gon can, you know, persuade or explain why that is the best decision.
And
Well-
so it was Halia that suggested Axelholm, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it was Herman that discovered it.
So Tibble is gonna rule that one out because I know, or Tibble knows that Halia always has an ulterior motive or a something that benefits her as well. So essentially, we'd be
True.
doing free work for her and potentially, killing someone again, just like last time, for her benefit. So my Tybalt's vote is Nomengard if those are the two options on the table.
Okay.
Sorry, how far away is the Goblin Castle? About a day or two, you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it seems like Tibble is leaning towards Nomengard. Blast.
Well, I definitely, my preference would be to take the most defensible position, which would be theoretically would be the Dwarven ruins, right? But what Zabantik said kind of makes sense in that there potentially is more threat that we would have to clear out before we make that defensible. We know Nomengard is defensible now because we've been there and we are allies with the people that hold it. So
right, and we've been there, and the native gnomes also know their
right,
their home the best. So we would
right.
have a home
Wait,
field
We would have a
are
clear advantage. However,
Yeah, I agree.
are Double
however,
Dob, Double Deeble Dob,
Dabble dub.
Dabble
Dabble
Dub.
Dob,
And
and
Fiddlestick.
Fiddlestick? Are they there?
No,
No, they're here.
they're
They're here
here.
in Phandalin. They're in
But
Phandalin in their
are they
shop.
here as like part
no,
of the
they're not. They're
council?
not in the meeting.
Okay.
Okay, because if that's the option that we want to go with, we need to
Should
talk
talk
to
to them,
them
right?
first.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
make sure they're okay with it, and it's not
My
just pushed
so
on them.
my
Yeah.
so my first choice is going to be Axholm because it sounds more defensible. Speaking strictly from a strategic standpoint, that sounds like the best spot. However, being that we haven't been there before and we don't know if we have to expend time and resources and energy to clear it out.
Well, with Blast,
Nomengard.
we don't know if we can
Hold-
even get into Axelholm because the doors they said they couldn't get in before. That's a concern.
No.
What's
She
concerned?
said that they haven't been inside yet. That they've only just.
Oh,
discovered.
see,
Oh,
so,
okay.
that, so
Because
that's
I
not
wrote
the case at all.
the way I got it was you said there were two large 40-foot doors and they hadn't been able to get inside of them yet. Is that not correct?
No, they just haven't been inside yet.
They
They've
just haven't
only
ventured
just
inside yet.
Okay.
Not that
okay.
they
But they are
necessarily
able
couldn't.
to.
Okay.
They're
yeah.
able to, right?
Okay.
So how about okay. That kind
So-
of brings up a new idea possibly, but go ahead and continue.
So my first choice is definitely Axholm. I want the place that's most defensible, that is more easily fortified. Nomengard is good. It's better than Phandalin. However, there are a shitload of points of entry. It's bisected by the waterfall and that bridge. It's not. We would have to we'd have to divide our forces, and it'd be very difficult to. What's the word? To coordinate.
Mhm.
Whereas theoretically, if this place, Axholm, is completely fortified and there's only one main entrance that is large enough for the dragon to get through, it'd be way easier to defend. So my vote is definitely Axholm, if possible. If it's impossible or the rest of the group doesn't want to do it, then Nomengard.
Lady Gariel kind of speaks up and she says, should we request the presence of, is it Dabbledog?
And Fiddlestick, don't forget them.
Fiddlestick. Are
Yeah,
they
they should.
here in town?
They're here. They run a shop here.
They should be.
A shop, and I'm gonna shoot a look over to Harbin Wester. A shop that they were tricked into, whose terms they were really unaware of. But anyway, yeah, they should be here in town.
He goes, well, Harbin, can you send one of your men to fetch them? I think they should be included if we are considering Nomengard as a potential refuge. And Harbin says, yeah, those weird little gnomes. I'll get them. And you see that one of the like red brand guards kind of nods his head and leaves the room.
Well, when he leaves the room, Gon is gonna, huddle up with the group and kind of just throw out the idea. One of the options that we do have is, we don't, we want a little bit more information on Axholm, but we also want to see if the gnomes will take us in. Why don't we request to see if the red brand can scout inside and just give us more information before we continue? How much time would they need to do something like that? Would Vox know? Scouting an area, how long would it take to get, more area and then have it back to us?
To scout Nomengard?
Axholm.
Axel,
Axholm.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how far it is.
it's 8 hours away.
8 hours.
By foot, by horseback carriage, you can get there in about 4.
Okay.
And it would be
I'd
more
like
so
to use my
because
sending stones and ask what Octavia's opinion is in all this.
You've already used your sending stones today.
Yeah, it's 1 day.
Oh, I thought we were in a different day. Okay. Is she anywhere to be seen?
She's not in town. No.
Okay.
Gone. It would take a bit to scout it. I mean, it would probably be the better part of a day before we are able to send a scout out and have them report back. It's going to cost us time. I'm not sure we have.
okay.
Would we like? Is there any familiar pet or anything we could use to send to scout it?
Not that far. I don't think Gon
yeah,
can
no.
use Ravi that far.
Yeah, no, that's that. Yeah, that's
How
way too far.
it's approximately how many miles?
It's about from where you are, 1, 2, 3. It's about 15 miles.
Okay. So I have my animal messenger, but I don't think that's really going to help us.
Right.
You could deliver a message, but if the messenger, yeah, it can't like bring anything back to us. It can deliver like a one-way message, but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess we can talk to Dabbledob and Fiddlestib. See what's up.
Fiddlestin.
Excellent. I will kind of take a completely different approach to this, and I'll ask all of the leaders. I've been hearing about this Wayback Cave. What about that?
And Halia right away says, Wave Echo Cave has been lost for many years. It was discovered 30 years ago, but collapsed due to the ignorance of some foolish endeavors.
There's no way we could take refuge there, then.
If you'd like to take the time to pull out boulder by boulder a very extensive cave system, you are welcome to do so, but I won't waste my time on something like that.
Okay. Okay. I mean, is it voting time? What are we going to do here, guys? We have a lot of options.
We want to talk to the gnomes.
Okay.
See what they
In the meantime, is there anything you guys else would like to just discuss with the council of sorts?
Yeah, I'd like to bring up what resources have been brought from Neverwinter to assist Vandalin.
Lady Gariel says, I thought it was odd that we had sent several requests to Neverwinter and had not heard back, so I traveled up there myself to ensure that the message was delivered. The steward of Neverwinter has provided a small garrison of troops to defend Phandalin in the case of a dragon attack. They are currently stationed around the city limits. We have watch in all directions, and they have been trained to defend the city. And they are currently fortifying the outskirts of Phandalin at this moment.
Well, that's well and all appreciated. I don't think armor and swords and men is enough.
And she looks at you and she says, "You're right, Mr. Turellian. This is not something that men, as a whole, as a race, not a gender, um, that we are not necessarily suited for. I think it'll take the cunning actions of a whole team to quell this threat to our livelihood." And she turns and she says, I understand that you have faced this dragon. What can you tell us about it?
From our understanding and from the information we've gathered, it is a dragon
White dragon.
of white nature, described with icy, cold attacks. Not only that, but it's also able to land and burrow itself through the earth,
That is
and
true.
tunnel itself under. So while its head-on attack can be from the sky, it's also a threat from the ground as well. On top of that, there is a one possible ally which we can possibly call in our time of need. Um,
Manticore. Bobo.
yeah,
Boba?
Babo.
Babo.
Babo,
God,
a
Babo.
manticore
And Boba.
that our
And
friend Adabra is familiar with and
yeah,
able to get away with.
Adabra chimes in. She says, yes, Babo has been back several times to the windmill, and I've spoken with him, and he has asked of you folks and wants to ensure that you guys are well. He assures us that he will be prepared to help in the incoming attack.
And at this point, Gon asks Adabra, you know what, Adabra? It might be a long shot, but does Babo have any uh information about Axholm?
I could ask next time I see him. I'm plan on giving him an update once we decide on a course of action anyway. So
I have another question. What's her name from Neverwinter? What's her name?
Lady Gariel?
Gariel.
Lady Gariel. Okay. Lady Gariel, you come with troops from Neverwinter. It seems that our group will be at the forefront of any defense or attack. Do you have any equipment that could aid us as we help save Phandalin?
She looks at you and she says, unfortunately, I do not. The men is all that they could spare. I suggest that we utilize these troops from Neverwinter to ensure the safety of the citizens of Phandalin. I don't think they are suited for a siege in any sorts on the dragon's lair.
I'll pull out the the armor sets that I have in the bag of holding. There's 10 studded leathers, 10 great axes, and I will just ask them, is there anybody that would benefit from this gear? We need all the help we can get.
Charber says, well, Vox, you know that my men know how to swing an axe. And if they had a little bit more protection, I think that would help them as well. My men are eternally indebted to you for saving them from those wicked cultists. And they will stand by your side when the time comes, if need be.
Are your men here?
They're in town. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely look to the group for approval, but I think we should probably give
Oh,
this
no.
stuff to Tribor and
And as that happens, I'll look to what's her name? Leonina?
Lenine?
Lenine.
Lenine. What the fuck? I'm bad with names today. And say if you could assist in armoring myself and Ragongar, it'd be greatly appreciated.
He says, yes, you're more than welcome to come by the shop, and I will help armor and make sure you guys are prepared. We have plenty to discuss outside of this meeting as well.
Give one final look around the room, make sure all of our I mean, this stuff is as much mine as it is all of ours, so I'll just give one final look of approval or looking for approval from my colleagues here, my companions. You guys good with this?
Yeah, I approve.
I'll nod again.
I'll give
Yeah,
a thumbs
same.
up.
Okay.
We also have the support of the ogres to help us
Right.
when the time comes.
That's right.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Me
will-
too.
But I'll take care of sending them the message to join
That's
us.
right.
Um,
Also, we have all the extra gear that we left at our base in the windmill.
Yeah, so
In
that's a
that
whole
chest.
other thing too. We have a bunch of stuff over there.
Did anyone write that down? What we left there?
Oof.
I don't know exactly. I think it was about similar to what we have now, just like random gear.
It was our
Yeah.
first gear dump because
I think
you couldn't
yeah.
carry the rest.
I think there was like
Yeah, and
a
I have
baggie left at the
I
weapon or
actually when
something.
I started kind of the campaign with my character, he started with a giant chest. And so like I remember we left it there because it was so heavy. That shit weighed like 100 pounds or something.
Yeah.
So we left the chest at the whatever the tower was called that Adabra was at.
So Lady Gariel speaks up, and she says, it sounds like you have amassed some allies along your way. There is Babo the Manticore. Sounds like you guys have befriended some ogres somehow,
All the gnome buddies,
and all of our gnome buddies. And she says,
Tribor's men.
you are in Tribor's men. She says, I hate to be the one to ask this of you, but I think it is
No way.
inevitable.
What?
How do you feel leading the attack on the dragon?
So who's talking right now?
Lady
Ariel.
Gariel.
Gariel.
Ariel.
With that note, I'll ask Lady Gariel, why do we need to wait for the dragon to attack us? Do we know where the dragon is? Where have these attacks been originating from?
Edgar knows where the dragon is.
Oh, Tibble
Tibble
knows?
was
Yeah.
shown the
He
location
hasn't
of
told us though.
Icefire
You
Peak.
just like put him on blast.
Oh, is that a meta thing? Yeah.
No,
is that a meta
I told.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Doesn't
bad.
matter.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's on the map. I mean, it wouldn't be on the map if Edgar
Oh,
hadn't
that's
seen
right. It is on the map. Yeah.
Which one is it?
I do not
Icefire Hole?
recall. Sorry.
Yeah,
In
Icefire
Icefire
Peak.
Peak.
Icefire Peak.
So that's why my only hesitation in going to Nomengard is that it's so close. Well, not so close, but it's close to
It's
Icefire
just-
Peak.
It's just not very defensible. That's my only thing.
It is sort of underground, and if we were to fight the dragon, it would be. we'd
But
need
it's
to
it's
pull 'em
split up
away
and there's
from-
4 different entry points. That's what I don't like.
Can we barricade some?
But if we're gonna wait on the defensive, why not just go offensive and try to find the fucking dragon?
And so
That's
Lady
my whole
Gariel
point.
kind of speaks up. She goes, "Yeah, Vox Aslan, that's much to my point. I think moving the citizens of Phandalin is all well and good. However, it serves no purpose if they're just going to be out in the open. I think if we have a distraction for the dragon to keep its gaze occupied and away from the town, we can ensure their safety. However, it's a big risk and a very large sacrifice for anybody involved in distracting the dragon. However, from what I've been told from my colleagues here and from the sounds of your exploits that you've explained, I think you are very capable warriors and individuals. Um,
So,
What can
I
we use
believe
to
so,
you
distract the
are our
dragon?
best bet.
so if I may, hold on. You know what they say about putting all your eggs in one basket, right? I mean, should we put everyone in the same place? Shouldn't we
Yeah,
That's
maybe
that's
that's a
another
have
good
thing.
point.
a
That's a good point.
couple,
Diversify your bonds.
yeah, exactly. So like if we could
We'll take
maybe
financial.
Diversify.
split
Bomb,
the
bomb.
townspeople, and I mean, then we can go maybe bait the dragon somewhere that they
Yeah.
can like, maybe somewhere that they can like uh ranged like help us out, you know, like they can, I don't know, if we bring the dragon down and they can be like somewhere higher up and maybe like throw bombs or something to kind of assist us in the process
No,
where
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That,
let's be real. We're probably not going to make it out of all of this completely casualty free. You know,
Right.
some people are going to have to bite the
die.
bullet, and
Yeah. Yeah. Someone's not going to make it.
I
So
agree with Zaventic. Why, like, can we ambush the dragon? Can we draw him out? Is there anything we know that will maybe make him leave his lair and leave his comfort zone, and we can ambush him there?
well, so what I wanted, I mean, I don't think very many people know much about the dragon. It's kind of what I'm getting, but I would like to bring up Uluran Mortis.
Yeah.
I would like to see if anyone of these leaders that are in front of me know anything about this name or this man.
Lady Gariel gets a very grave look that comes across her face as this isn't a matter of business she anticipating speaking about. And she says, what do you know about Yularen Mortis and his cult?
I know that he has his eyes on this dragon, and if we don't stop him, then it's going to get way worse.
As soon as the name is
What
spoken, Vox
do you
just
mean?
kind of is like there's a weird energy that comes across and just kind of like almost makes his blood boil a little bit. There's something weird going on with whole blood with Vox. It's just like crawling.
Do you think that he might have a hand in the dragon's appearance?
Absolutely.
Because this dragon has come from the north. We haven't had a dragon in these parts for decades. The last
Maybe.
dragon being the green dragon that was slain in Thunder Tree.
So he wants the dragon. I know that. And if there's a dragon here, maybe he has baited it here somehow. And if we don't get to it first, he's going to make everything a lot worse. So is there anything that you know about this person that maybe we can nip this in the bud? The dragon on its own may be a lot easier to deal with than us dealing with two problems that could compound each other.
Yeah, a superpowered possessed dragon is way harder to deal with than just a regular dragon.
For sure.
Lady Gariel says, the Cult of Miracle has been on our watch list for quite some time. They lurk in the shadows and they move in secrecy. And what we know about them is that Yularen Mortis is a high-level necromancer who has studied the ways of necromancy and has been said to have been sought after the Draco Lich Ebon Death. Luckily, that spirit was quelled hundreds of years ago, so that should not be a threat. But his machinations are geared towards complete control and domination. And my organization has been working to stop him where he can, but he has amassed a very, very large army with many smaller factions that he's brought into the fold and he is a very large threat to the lands.
I understand. I'm well aware of this, and thank you for your insight, but I don't know where to find this guy. I mean, if you've been watching the Cult of Merkel, is there any like inkling or way that you could point us in a direction that maybe we might be able to search this out? Because I think that you guys could, once we decide what's going to happen with the townspeople or Fandolin, you guys can handle all of that, and we can take it upon ourselves to maybe try to nip this in the bud. But right now, we don't know where to start.
Fortunately, we don't know where his headquarters is located, as it's constantly moving. We have uprooted several of his facilities. However, every time we find them, they've been abandoned, and most evidence has been scrubbed, and we're always 2 steps behind.
Have you found any patterns in the locations that you have found abandoned? Location
No,
wise,
they seem to be
path wise.
varied in all terrain types. We found some in the forest. We found some along the coast. We found a small faction inside the city of Neverwinter itself. We suspect that there is maybe a location south of here in the swamps, since that is where the Draco Lich hailed from. We imagine that he would have a presence there as well, since he is after this power of ebb and death.
Sounds like we'll just have to use Gone as bait. So what's going to happen then? I guess we're on our own to figure this out. But what have we decided as far as the future of Fandolin then?
Tribor says, I think it's best that we sort of split up our resources. I think Lady Gariel's men can ensure the safety of the citizens as they head to their new destination for refuge. However, I do think she does have a point in that we would need a strike team to ensure that the dragon's attention isn't brought upon the citizens.
Do we have any
Oh.
kind of siege equipment?
No, we don't. In fact, what we know of Icespire Peak and Icespire Hold is that it is along a very narrow and dangerous path to get up to the top. One that I don't think is traversable by wagon or any sort of land vehicle. I think it would be a horse and foot path only sort of deal.
I'll lead the strike team.
And then Tribor looks at you, Blast, and he says, I appreciate your courage, and you have our full support. I can send my men to assist you guys. I think and he starts to kind of rub his chin, and he says, I have a bit of a plan that's brewing. He says, I think if we send my men to scale the mountain from the sides, they can possibly gather what's the word I'm looking for? Advantageous position and support you guys from afar as you take the path upwards and kind of hit them in a pincer attack of sorts.
I think that's a smart move. I'm gonna look at the rest of the group, and I'm gonna pull Dragon Slayer off my back and just kind of hold it out in my hand, and just present it to all of the leaders that are there, and say, I acquired this weapon only to protect the town of Fandolin. understand if I go to fight this dragon will fall.
I would like to try something before we actually go and fight the dragon. I'd like to strike a bargain with it. If it's a smart sentient creature as we believe it to be, then I believe it's in its best interest to fight with us against the Draco Lich.
Then Lady Gariel says, you mentioned the Draco Lich. However, the Draco Lich has been slain for hundreds of years.
The Draco Lich has been released, and it's seeking the White Dragon.
And she sinks back in her chair and she says, "This is far worse than I imagined. We must ensure that that Draco Lich spirit does not inhabit any creature as powerful as the White Dragon. This
That's
has
why
to be
we
our
need
top
to
priority now."
we must split our efforts. As difficult as it's going to be to do, we must split our efforts and try and locate where the cult has gone and where the dragon is, and hope that on either end we can be successful.
Because, knowing what I know about Ular Mortis and his cult, I would imagine that he would be making a siege on the dragon himself very shortly, as the dragon itself needs to be present for the ritual to take effect. I think you may find him at the Dragon's Keep.
Can you say that? Can you say that one more time, Ronnie, from the beginning?
She said, knowing what I know about the cult and their rituals, the dragon would need to be present for the Draco Lich's spirit to be able to inhabit it. I believe that you might find Yularen Mortis there himself when you take siege of the dragon's hold.
What can you tell us about the cult? We've been hearing all these things. There's so many motivating factors. What are they after? What is Ularan really? What's I mean, beyond the obvious? How did he get this way? Why is he doing this?
There's not much is known about Yularen himself. He is a worshiper and follower of the god of death, Mirkul, who has heralded many champions in the past. The god Mirkul himself has gone to battle with plenty of the other gods to try to assert dominance. And Yularen is not unlike him himself. He has grandeur on the brain and is very motivated to take over the Sword Coast and realm by realm dominate, to bring his god power.
That doesn't answer much. Thank you. So what are we proposing here? Are we saying we're going to do a distraction and then basically raid his peak? Andre, you said you wanted to, I know you're muted, but if anybody else remembers, I know Andre said he wanted to lead the task force, but what does that mean?
It'd be the assault that is headed directly towards the dragon. Like
Okay.
we would be the
As a
what is it,
DM,
first?
Yeah.
let me chime in as a DM. You guys have a couple options here. you guys can go to Axholm and make sure that it's safe for the citizens of Phandalin. We'll speak to Dabbledob and Fiddlestib in just a bit and kind of get their way in on going to possibly to Nomengard.
Okay.
And you guys can also head straight to the dragon. You know where his keep is. You know where he is. So you can kind of go in one of those 2 or 3 directions.
I say we ambush that asshole.
Yeah, I'm willing to lead an assault team into the dragon's lair if that's what we decide to do. I don't necessarily want to split up the group that way, but
so if this dragon's been attacking, more and more frequently, I think we do need to worry about the citizens. At least get them out of here.
Yeah, but
So
the problem is exactly where.
right.
Well, Nomengard is close. We already know it's safe. It's very secure because it's all inside of a mountain. It seems to be the closest one. I mean,
I will say
looking at the map,
that it would take them longer to get to Nomengard because they have to go through the hills, whereas Axholm is a direct route south.
Nomengard is
Okay.
also closer to the supposed Ice Spire Peak, Ice Spire hold.
it is, but it seems like, I mean, when we were there, it only had, 1 or 2 entrances. Yes, it's split
At
up.
4, no, it had 4 entrances.
But the dragon definitely can't fit in there, right? I mean, it's all designed for gnomes.
It
No,
doesn't
but
have
what
to
I'm-
be, but
what I'm-
also remember
so
that
it
it can
doesn't-
burrow.
Yeah, so and also
Mm.
if it shows up like in the middle of that waterfall, like watery place where that bridge is, it's literally bisecting our forces in Nomengard. And it's gonna be hard to coordinate that way. That's why I don't like being in Nomengard.
Okay.
So I mean, I
And so you're
don't know
proposing
if
Axholm instead. But we would
I
least.
would prefer that. But
But we don't even
also,
know what it looks like.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
If we would need a
So-
whole day so the what is it called? The estimated
potentially
time
need
to,
a whole
to
day.
have to have time scouted, whether it be us or the red brand, would be a whole day.
It'd be a whole day.
What
Yeah.
would, if we were to let them scout, what would we do for a whole day besides, what would we be able to armor up, get ready, do
Yeah,
town things?
And sidebar, meta, like we're still gonna have a whole, like you guys still can go shopping after this, do the tavern.
Yeah, I still think we should.
You
Yeah,
guys,
we should still
you
go
guys can still
shopping.
do all the in-town
Yeah.
stuff. Like we're not leaving right now.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that while we're shopping or doing something that we're also still trying to be like productive towards the
Yeah, absolutely.
our battle plan.
And so with
Well,
that, you
are
hear.
we gonna do? Are we putting up to a vote or?
So with that, you hear a knock on the door, and the double doors open, and you hear the tiniest of little footsteps, just
My boys.
as Fiddlestib and Dabbledob enter, and they say, "Oh, you want to go Nomengard, eh?"
I'm gonna kneel down and give them high fives as they come in. Like, what's going on, fellas?
They have to like jump up to like reach your hand, but they do so very like excitedly and just as loud as.
Like a Ronnie high five.
Yeah.
Little gnome hands hitting metal.
Where it stings your hand a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
seriously.
And Fiddlestib and Dabbledob kind of help each other up. One gives the other one a boost up onto the chair, and then they pull the other one up as they kind of come up, and they're standing, full stature up, and they're just like at the tables, like kind of like at their chest level, and they're just kind of like have their arms up like that. They're just like, so what are we talking about here, big dragon?
Yeah, guys, big dragon. We want to know. We have a couple options. One of our options is to use Nomengard as a fortress for all the people of Phandalin, plus the gnomes. Have possibly the dragon come to us and fight it there.
Oh, no dragon in Nomengard. That dragon's big, scary.
Yeah.
Nomengard safe, but not very big.
Right.
Maybe just keep like half of you guys.
So it's not big enough for all of Phandalin.
Oh, too many Phandalin people too big. Human's so big, it only take up so much space.
Okay. Well, okay. So, guys, do you know about Axholm, the dwarven fortress?
Oh, Axholm's been there for ages.
Mm-hmm. Do you know anything about it? Have you guys been there before?
Yes, many doors used to live there, but they all died.
Do you think it's big enough for Phandalin?
Oh, Axelholm very big.
Okay.
Is
Do you
it
know-
safe?
Yeah. What killed the dwarves?
We
Yeah.
don't know. All we know is dwarves used to live there. Now dwarves don't live there.
Do you think something
Mm.
killed them? Think something's in the fortress now?
Who's to say?
Okay, so something's definitely in that fortress.
Yeah.
But is it? It seems like it's a more defensible position even from the rulers of Nomengard.
Oh, long time ago, dwarves used to live there and it was very strong. Hard to penetrate. Lots of defenses.
Okay.
Hmm.
So guys, that might
Axholm
be our answer.
Fortress.
Does
Lots of
Nomengard-
armies live there.
Does
Okay.
Nomengard possess any sort of supplies, equipment, weaponry?
Yeah, I was gonna say-
some sort of gadget, possibly.
I was gonna say, guys,
against
you
the
said
dragon.
you guys were gonna develop some items for us. You guys have anything to come up with?
Not in Phandalin. In Nomengard, we have plenty of defenses. We have big arrow shooter, magic, and we have some boomy guys.
Boomy
Plenty
guys.
of things in Nomengard.
What are
They go
boomy guys?
boom.
Oh, boomy guys are these great big things. They're these little balls, and then we light them on fire and we throw them, and they go boom.
Oh, could you take boomy guys and all of your other gadgets to Axholm?
Oh, we could probably send some home. Yeah, we could send a message, and then we can get some over to you guys.
Okay. So we could potentially have those extra defenses.
Yeah, so hold on. So they definitely have some defenses or, weaponry to assist in Nomengard. Like,
But it's not big enough for all of the people of Phandalin.
right, but so is any of that stuff mobile? Would they be able to bring it here?
That's
To
what.
Fandolin?
Yeah.
That's what I was
Boomy
just
guys
asking to
easy to
see.
transport. Boomy guys
That's what I was
only
just
about
asking.
this
They
big.
can.
Arrow
so-
shooter real big. Takes many gnomes to move arrow shooter.
What if we send some people from Phandalin to help the gnomes? Could they move it to Axholm?
Help is always appreciated. Humans,
Okay.
big humans. Gnomes not so
Okay.
big. Easier to carry humans.
So it sounds like Axholm is by far the most defensible position, but it's going to take time to clear it. We could send some red brands to help the gnomes clear out their best equipment. Bring it to Axholm. What do we think?
I mean,
Why
yeah,
not
I'm-
bring
I'm
it back to Phandalin?
Because Phandalin is not defensible. Why would we bring anything back to Phandalin?
Well, if we don't, we need to move everybody out of here, which might be equally difficult.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
that was the whole point of
That's
the
the
conversation
plan.
we've
The
been having
plan-
now.
Hmm.
The very beginning of this plan was to move the people of Phandalin somewhere.
Yeah, because they're not safe here.
That's why we can't do Nomengard. It's not nearly big enough.
That's my question to all of that is, how many people will die during the relocation versus how many people do we estimate will die if we just stay here?
Everybody will die if we stay here.
So, yeah, I don't have numbers, but to put it into a visual perspective, I believe there's about 400 people, not including the red brands, I believe, and ourselves. So from them traveling 8 hours or going to any other defensible position, absolutely not everybody's gonna live through it. We have some defenses. We also have reason to believe that our strike force would be headed towards the dragon while the transportation is happening. So casualties, hopefully minimum. Like
And my last question would be, what would happen to us if we got ambushed in the middle of moving there?
Well, that's why
what
we
do you
have
mean by-
we have a distraction strike force.
No, no,
I
sorry.
could
no,
lead. I could lead some
I
forces.
wanna. I wanna have Ragongar, clear that up. What do you mean by ambushed?
If the dragon doesn't fall for a distraction and knows what's going on and attacks our people when they're moving from the city on open road to the other location, is the risk worth the reward?
Well, I
Well,
mean, the risk is
it's
they're gonna attack Phandalin regardless. So what are we doing? We're not gonna be able to fortify the buildings in
But
Phandalin
even
well
in
enough.
Phandalin, we could tell people to get into their basements, other areas that they might be
If they
safe
have,
versus on the open road, they wouldn't.
I mean
but if they
that
have basements, like I mean, we don't know the floor plans to every
Yeah,
single
this whole thing
building.
is
Most of these
tricky.
places are little cottages.
DM, can you please tell us, like, this is a regular, like, old school, like, European sounding, like, fantasy world? I would suspect that every house has a basement.
No, not every.
Why would every
This,
place have a
this
basement?
is a very small like trade town. It's a little bit larger than like a hamlet. There's probably like Julio said, maybe 300-400 people that live in the area. Um, all of the like farmers and loggers and like they all kind of work together to like supply each other with what everybody else needs. Um, they do have some trade, but for the most part, they kind of live off the land and depend on each other. Um, you would imagine that some of the larger buildings in Phandalin have some better kind of fortifications. You imagine that maybe the town master's hall might have a basement because they do have a jail in there. Um, but the homes are pretty standard homes.
so the concern here is that the dragon will not fall for our distraction and get a chance to fight or to attack the villagers while they're being transported.
Mhm.
So my proposed possibility is like, can we find a solution to make sure that we're able to get the dragon's attention? Do we have does anybody have any sort of like
The
more
only
information, historical background on what the dragon is after besides,
hmm.
attacking for sport? Because it sounds like it was attacking cattle, other living beings, and most recently it just started to randomly attack
Is
mercenaries of the
is
sort.
there a way that we can maybe cover the caravan while the people are moving so that they're not easily seen from above?
And I was also thinking that the only way to fully guarantee that is like by splitting up and
Yeah,
but
how could we
it
cover a caravan of
So
400
And
people though?
at that point, Halia Thornton kind of clears her throat, and she says, I have a bit of an idea that's brewing. Obviously, the
Great.
gnomes in Nomengard have their own fortifications, and we know that it's safe there. What if we split up the refugees and we send some to Nomengard and some to Axelholm?
mm,
I think that's a good idea. Worst
I
comes to
think
worst, at least half of the people may survive.
yeah.
do we know during the dragon attacks, at what time of the day did those dragon attacks happen? Do we have information on that?
um, no, we don't. You imagine that they had to have happened like during the day, as nighttime travel isn't very common in these parts. A lot of times people will set up camp along the Tribord Trail or along the high road because, um, you know, to get from one city to the other, sometimes it takes weeks. So, caravans are very used to setting up camp and kind of having that like watch out to make sure that there's no bandits or wolves or whatever that would
Right.
threaten them. And a lot of the attacks that you've seen evidence of seem to have been like it was mid action, like they were in the middle of moving. So by that evidence alone, you can gather that it was happened during the day.
Okay.
Can
Um,
you put the Goblin Castle on the map just for logistics?
yeah, give me a couple seconds to find out where it is.
I mean, we haven't talked about this option a lot, guys. I mean, I know it's not necessarily the best on paper, but The goblin. I mean, if it's a castle, it's probably
it's in
pretty well
ruins.
defended.
It's in ruins.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't know any more about this than we do Axholm.
Well, defensively, like its current standing is that the castle is has crumbled. It's in ruins.
But
Defensively, probably not the
there's a
best.
good underground area or some kind of good defense for the dragon? I mean, we shouldn't entirely
How
rule it
far?
out
How
without,
far is
you know.
the Goblin Castle?
That's why I'm asking him if he can put it
I'm
on the
trying to put
map
it on
for
the map
us.
right now.
Okay.
That way we kind of at least have an idea of where is it, and if we do need to split the group up, right, where maybe not everybody fits in Nomengard, maybe we split Nomengard and Goblin Castle. Like, all I'm saying is we shouldn't rule it out so early on without giving it some good consideration, because it may very well be our best option. Oh, Vox starts to put two and two together. Doesn't Yeg know about the Goblin Castle?
How would you know that about Yeg Vox?
I know he's a goblin, and I know that he looks like he knows the area because he's pretty rough. He's like got a tough exterior, so there's a good chance he knows about this, right? So I mean, I guess I'll propose to the leaders. We know we have a good idea of what we're looking at here. Do we need to decide right now?
So the Cragmaw Castle would probably be about like
Way up there.
it's way up there. Yeah. You would have to. It would probably be like a day and a half through the plains, out in the open, and then you'd have to traverse through the magical enchanted forest.
Okay,
Have fun.
that's pretty far. I still think we should at least let's get some buy-in from the citizens. I propose to my group.
We have
they're
that time
familiar
though.
with.
I don't know if we have
Well,
the
that's
luxury of
so that-
time.
So that's why I'm asking the
then
leaders. Like, do we need to
Harbin
decide right
perks
now?
up and he says, Axholm seems to be the best bet. However, we don't know what's in there. Why don't you guys go in and clean it up, and then you guys give us the go ahead, and we can move the citizens there.
Why don't you grow some balls and be useful for once instead of making us do everything?
He says, I'm just the mayor. I'm not a fighter. I'm just trying to help my people.
You're
How about
trying to
this?
help yourself.
How about this? And tell me if I'm off base here, but
You're off base.
we we should maybe think about starting to at least move a percentage of the people to the dwarven excavation. We can get a good look at what's going on there. We can go to Axholm in the process, so we at least we can
Wait,
start moving.
Dwarven being what? Because that is Axholm. What are you referring to with Dwarven? Nomengard?
Okay, so
No, that would be
Now I'm
that wouldn't be
confused.
dwarven. That would be gnome shit.
Okay, so hold on a second. We have dwarven excavation over here, right?
I
Axholm
don't know
and
what that
Nomengard.
is. What's Dwarven excavation? That's not part of our current considerations, I don't think. Our main, so, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Ronnie. Right now we're looking at Axholm, Nomengard, staying in Phandalin, now Cragmaw Castle, which is directly to the north, or attacking head on and not waiting for anything. I don't think the Dwarven excavation is anything for us right now.
Don was
Unless I'm
asking
wrong.
about the dwarven excavation earlier, and I was explaining that it was really just like a big temple.
Oh, right. Okay, so I'm sorry. I was a little off base. So we have Cragmaw Castle, Axholm, Nomengard, and then potentially Wave Echo Cave, right?
Well, no,
Right.
Way
No,
Back
that's in
Cave is
ruins.
off. I think that's off the table, but we can
Yeah.
either. So then, in addition to those, stay at Phandalin and try to hunker down, or rush it head on to Icefire Peak and try to just attack him and his home.
How many people can we fit into the mayor's well
Not the whole
protected?
town.
No, right.
not a
So
lot.
we're gonna take some. Do we have room to store people in there? Because it's the safest, probably the only safe place in this town.
But I mean, is it actually safe? It just looks like it's just a mansion. It's not fortified at all.
It was
Then-
super fortified, right?
I
Haley,
thought
we
it had
couldn't get
steel
in.
plates on the outside
Halia
of it.
Thornton
Yeah.
looks over
Okay.
at Tribor and says, Sir Tribor, I know that you have your men who will stand by your side. If these folks here are unwilling to go to Axelholm, could we depend on you and your men to
Well,
make sure that Axelholm is safe?
so this is the thing, right? I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves here because I think we're willing to go to Axholm. And I'm speaking for myself anyway. I don't know about the rest of my group, but I think we're willing to do that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that we were at least doing something in the interim. So if
Okay.
since obviously Phandalin is not an option, right? It's the worst option possible. I was figuring if we could at least start maybe preparing to, because we're probably going to split, preparing to move some of the people somewhere that we've already agreed upon, and we can go clear out Axholm, we can figure it out, and then we can send word back via pigeon or whatever.
And Halia
What-
Thornton
what
agrees
if-
with you. Halia Thornton agrees with you, and she says, Sabantic, that is a very good point. I think we should start moving some of the townsfolk and really some of the leaders to Nomagard. I think Barthen and the tavern keeper, Lenine, and Lady Adabra, Harbin, and myself to Nomagard because we know that it's safe there. If you would like to go to Axelholm and ensure its safety, that would be great. However, I think that is something that Mr. Tribor is more than capable of doing. He is a very seasoned veteran and knows
That's a
how
good
to.
point.
Yeah, I mean, they can do it. That'll save us time
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Let them scout it out.
I would
on
like
that
to
note,
determine the
if-
true intentions of what she's saying.
Give me an insight check.
While he's doing that, Ronnie, can I also look around? Is Don
Shoot.
John Raskin anywhere around here?
No, he's
Mhm.
not.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Okay.
As Rigongar is trying to deduce the intentions of Halia, he starts thinking about himself.
Yeah. So,
Dude.
Magandar, you know that Halia Thornton is a very calculated woman, and you know that she is willing to do what it takes to get the job done. And you suspect that this sounds like a very solid plan, and you don't find any faults with it.
All right, I'm all about it.
Hmm.
And then Tribor finally responds. He says, I think my men are best suited to help on the attack on Icespire Hold, but if you think that it's best that we go to Axelholm and if the rest of the council is in agreement, then that is something we are willing to do. If we clean that out, we can bring lots of the citizens with us and ensure their safety that way. But what are you adventurers? I'm sorry. Do you guys have a name? What do we call you?
Shit.
About that.
7 being the firest.
Well,
We're
you
called the
fire
Marauders.
7.
I don't know about the Marauders.
I don't know, but I don't think we ever decided.
I don't think we can make that decision
You
without
skin
Edgar.
reavers.
We're called
Yeah.
the Undecided.
Well, you 7 are the fierest warriors I've known, and I will follow your lead. If you choose to go to Icespire Hold and take the dragon head on, then I can ensure the safety of Axholm to the best of my abilities.
I'm gonna
But
raise
if
my
you
mace
choose
and I'm gonna
to-
say, "To the peak!"
If you choose to go to Axelholm, I can support you there as well. I'll
Um,
follow your lead.
Can we think about this maybe for a couple hours?
And Harbin kind of slams his fist on the table. He goes, I'm tired of waiting. I think I'm going to go to Nomengard. You guys can figure out what you want to do.
Yeah, you would.
That's fine. I don't care about that. But sidebar.
As-
I'd like to wait for Edgar. Like I kind of want to hear what he has to say about this.
But we
Yeah,
kind of have
maybe
to
we
make a
should-
decision. Yeah.
Do we right
Okay.
this second? I mean, can
Well,
we
wait,
just
so
go?
that's
Let's gear
that's
up in
what I was
town.
asking.
Yeah,
That's-
and
that's
then,
what I
so
was
then
asking, like, do we-
Lenine says,
Let's gear up in town first.
I think there's plenty to think about. Why don't we convene for the day and we come to a decision tomorrow?
We can
Yeah.
convene for the day, and
Okay.
Harbin can convene forever.
Well, before the day ends, I'd like to go to the armor shop.
Yeah, we can do
Yeah,
all
that's
that.
what we're doing.
Yeah, we're gonna
go.
do town stuff now.
Yeah.
So-
So what do we have, like, as far as team resources? Can we sell that bell?
Oh yeah,
We
can we
have
finally
so
sell that
much.
bell?
We have so much shit. So we
Yeah,
have the
let's-
bell.
Yeah.
And
Let's
that's
go
why I
to
was
the nearest
asking
shop
earlier,
then. Let's go. Let's just
That's
go.
why I was asking the leaders, like, do we need to make a decision right now? Because I'd like to talk to Yeg. I'd like to talk to a couple of the townspeople, see how many of them are, like suitably ready for any kind of combat or like, traveling or anything like that. I'd like some input from the people that live here. They're the ones affected the most.
So the leaders are saying we can convene for the day. We don't need to give them a decision right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we can go about our day and do what we need to do in town, and then next session when Edgar's back, we can give them our choice.
There we go. Let's do that.
So I want to see, like, what do we have that's valuable that we can sell? Because I would really like to see if we have the resources to put Ragongar and myself in plate armor.
Mm.
Okay.
Because I don't have enough on myself to just pay for my plate armor.
Okay, well, first of all, I will get rid of all the items that I gave to Tribor to arm
Right.
his men because I think no matter what, we're going to need that. So I'm getting rid of all of my great axes and all of my studded leather armor. So there were
Mhm.
10 sets of each, Ronnie. So hopefully that gearing them up helps us in some way, shape, or form. So I'll get rid of all that. I also have the bill in the bag of holding, which is I think like a giant 500-pound. Let me see,
It wasn't 500 pounds. It was like 50 pounds, but it's solid gold.
Mm-hmm.
gold bill.
It's a 50-pound
Pretty sure
solid
I
gold
have
bell.
it.
Solid gold indeed.
Bill, golden. Oh yeah, nobody really entered any more info.
But I remember asking Ronnie, he said it was 50 pounds.
Okay. All right, so pretty much we have that. I mean, I don't have a lot of other stuff to like sell except for like a regular ass longbow. That probably
Regular
won't be worth
ass.
too much. But I do have the bell, and I think we all have like quite a bit of gold. So
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, if everyone's cool, let's start hitting the town.
Yeah, so we need.
Let's
I'd
go,
like
let's
to
go.
go straight to the place where the armor is
Yeah, me too.
and ask the person how much is that goddamn plate.
Did we get there before Lenine gets there?
Well, hold on, guys. We're not quite done.
Yeah, that's a good question, by the way.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
as the rest of the council starts to kind of convene, Tribor kind of passes by you all and he puts his hand on your shoulder, Ragongar, and he says, no matter what comes, you guys have my axe. I'll always have your back.
What about your bow?
What about your sword?
Actually, Lenine steps in and she puts her bow forward.
Come on.
I'm just kidding. And so he just kind of lets you know that, hey, like, he's got your guys' back.
There's also a
Lenine-
giant pile of equipment at this point, like fucking 10 armors and 10 axes.
Yeah, and
so-
the red brands are kind of like, helping pick it up and are carrying it out for you guys and are assisting. Lenine passes by and she says, I know you guys have some shopping to do. However, Tybalt last and gone. I'd like to speak to you before you leave. And she gets
My
ignored.
ear perks up when she
keeps
says
walking
that.
out. And then Halia Thornton starts to pass by you all, and then she looks over at you, Ragongar, and she says, thank you guys for all of your help. I think together we can come up with a plan to remedy the situation and really.
And as she walks by, I'm gonna like bump her with my ass, not say anything.
And she looks
Like
at you.
Shaq
and
or
Your
what?
ass?
Ragongar,
move?
not in front of everybody.
The Shaq move.
I'm just gonna ignore it and make it seem like nothing happened.
Okay.
Mm.
And then Yeah, Dibble Dab and Fiddlestick.
Who's Dibble Dab?
Dabble Dob.
Dabble
Dibble
Dob.
Dob.
Dabble Dob.
Dibble Dob, Dabble
Dabble
Dob,
Dob.
and Fiddlestick walk by and they give Blast another high five. And they just say, oh, you know where we'll be? We'll be in our shop. Smells you later. And then Lady Adabra kind of just gives you, thanks you for your service. And she says, I'll reach out to Bobo and I'll let him know what we decide. You can find me in my potion shop. I'll be waiting. She walks out. And all that's left is Harbin and Lenine. Harbin says, well, I think you guys should all get going now. We got to lock this place back up. Thank you for coming by. And Lady Gariel kind of cuts him off and she says, Harbin, I think you should take your leave. I have much to discuss with the Talons of Sirach here.
Ooh.
And so Harbin does. He kind of mutters to himself and he gets up and he leaves the room. And Lady Gariel kind of stands up and she moves to where Harbin was sitting and sits directly across from you all at the head of the table. And she says, I understand that there has been a miscommunication of sorts as to what brought you here to town.
Has there been?
Nah.
And she looks at all of you and since there's no real reply, she says, well, what can you tell me about Octavia?
Who?
And she goes, I see. I was hoping you would be much more cooperative, but I'll take your silence as your answer. You guys have a good day.
What do
You
you
too,
know about
lady.
Octavia? Oh,
She leaves the room. It's just now you guys alone in the council chambers.
I'll look at the group as a collective, and I'll just say, I mean, I don't know what more she wants. We've kept the town pretty safe, I'd say, up to this point. We've rescued a lot of people. We've no, I'm pretty satisfied with what we've done here. I don't whether there was a mix-up or not, or whether Octavia has a different ulterior motive. I'd say for us to have done what we've done and for us to continue to do what we're doing, I am free of guilt.
that's
I'm
a good
gonna look
point.
to the group and I'm gonna say in Orcish, who understands Orcish?
Hi.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
And also,
I was
And I'm
like,
gonna
huh?
say to everyone that answered yes, the fuck was that?
What?
I don't know.
I'll respond in Orcish and say we don't really know who she is. We don't know what her motives are. All we know is that, in my mind, we deceived her, or we deceived Neverwinter.
But
This doesn't
what
bode
does she
well.
care about Octavia?
That's what I was gonna ask her,
We
but she
don't know.
left.
We don't know.
I'm gonna switch back to common and say, there's some fuckery going around here.
Hey, Ronnie, with thieves can't. I know it's not that I don't understand Orcish, but from like their body language and their way they're communicating, can I pick up any hints or cues of what they were talking about? Because
From Thieves'
I
Cant?
No.
no. Okay,
No.
because I was like,
Thieves'
why
Cant
would
is
they?
more of like
I
like an
understand.
It's like a
etiquette
written
or,
language.
like a mannerism that
I'm
like
just trying to
thieves
far
that-
reach. Yeah.
I know you are, and I'm trying to explain it to you. So Thieves' Cant is more of just like a manner, like mannerisms and like certain like social etiquette that
That's
like
why I was saying their
people
body
that
language.
use Thieves' Cant
Mhm.
kind of like you'd walk into a bar at nighttime and say sure, it's a great day, huh? And then if the bartender knew Thieves' Cant and he knew that it was nighttime, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, weather's been great," kind of like giving you that assurance, like, "Hey, I catch what you're throwing."
Yeah.
But it's not like a language in and of itself, or it's not like a way to
Right.
like read people or anything like
I
that.
just don't understand why our own teammates would be saying this in another language, like they were
Because we
excluding the
don't
rest
want
of.
people that speak our common language to understand what the hell we're saying when
Yeah,
it's
we
a
don't-
big
Oh,
we
but
deal.
they all
all
left,
speak-
didn't they?
We don't know who's listening.
Oh.
And we don't all speak the same side
Mhm.
languages.
Okay. Understood. So now what? Let's go to the store.
Yeah, let's go to the Lion Shield Costers.
I'm gonna
I
give
have
a
no
really
interest in
pissed
that.
off spit onto the floor, and I'm gonna be like, fine.
I would head to the tavern. I have no interest in the Lion Shield costers personally.
Okay, well, I do want to see if there's anything in there.
Go to
Anything
the tavern
shiny.
with Fox.
Don, are you coming with us to the Costers?
Julio just went AFK, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah. Give him a second, I guess.
In the meantime, can we get shopping running so we don't waste time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll pull it up right now.
Let's do it.
So
Let's go shopping.
you enter into the Lion Shield Coster, and you see the young girl who's kind of her helper, kind of sweeping up at the entrance. And she says, "Hey guys, it's been a while, huh?"
Oh my gosh.
Certainly
yeah.
has. Hopefully, we've saved enough to buy one of those plate armor things. How much are they running right now?
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
for you, we can
Oh my
give it to you
gosh.
for the rifle price of 1,500 gold.
Oof.
All right, done. I'll hand her
Oh,
2
shit.
You
emeralds,
have that much
and
money?
I tell her give me 500 back.
And how
Wow.
much do you give her? I'm sorry.
2
The roots?
emeralds, which are worth
Yeah, that's
1,000
fine.
each.
What?
Emeralds?
Hold on. Why are these emeralds worth 1,000?
It says each one of them is worth 1,000 on D&D Beyond.
But what do the notes say?
It says 3,000 gold pieces for 3 emeralds. A transparent, deep, bright gemstone worth 1,000.
I know. I understand you're reading the description from D&D Beyond, but what did it say in the notes? Because I gave you very specific.
No, yeah,
values.
he did.
What?
There's
What
no
are the
notes.
notes?
He did give us very specific prices, like it was like 100 gold per gem or something like that. That's not the exact number, don't quote me, but it was he did give us an exact breakdown.
No, 100 was the diamonds.
Why would diamonds be worth less than emeralds?
Emeralds.
You tell me why
they-
D&D
well, they are,
Beyond
though.
says so, Ronnie.
They
Well,
are in real life too, so
Maybe the diamonds are cloudy and the emeralds are clear.
yeah. They could be much
Maybe
higher
they're
quality.
bigger, right?
So you guys found a large gem. It was a green emerald. When else did you guys find emeralds?
You gave us 3 at the dragon place.
And then I don't know if we ever turned them in, but I think Jinx found some gems inside a chest. I don't know if she, like I said, I don't know if she ever traded them in for the gold.
let me see.
I think it might have been in the same area where we encountered the ogres and found the gold bell.
Yeah,
I'm not
so
mistaken.
I
Oh,
had
yeah,
a
yeah, that's right.
softball size diamond, or what was it? Softball size.
Well, okay, Ronnie, how much do you want this to be worth if you're not going to honor the 1,000?
Well, I just want to make sure that
Champy.
that's correct. I'm not trying to not honor it, but that sounds way more valuable than anything you would have found at this point. Because the books give very specific amounts. So where did you find them?
You gave it to us in the last campaign in Dragon's Barrel.
A dragon barrel? I don't
Yeah, you
remember.
gave us 3 diamonds and 3 emeralds.
At Dragon Barrel?
I kept the emeralds and Tybalt got the diamonds.
I remember there was 3 diamonds because we talked about using them for Revivify.
Yeah, 3 emeralds as well.
Let me just see. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to confirm. And this is why I asked you guys to take notes, because I don't remember everything off the top of my head.
Trust me, I wouldn't have added it to my inventory if
No,
you
they
hadn't told us.
did. They did happen. We're just trying to find the amount because he didn't say 1,000 gold each. I remember that. He's not wrong there.
He didn't say anything. He just said 3 emeralds and 3
Oh, he
diamonds.
did.
So I'm looking through Dragon Barrow, and there's nothing about emeralds. So I don't know if it came from there. The only thing as far as treasure goes that was at Dragon Barrow was the Loot of Illusions, the Necklace of Fireballs, and the Dragon Slayer Greatsword.
I'm pretty sure it was before Dragon Barrel because Tom and I usually play the same sessions, and we didn't do a lot in Dragon Barrel. That's the weekend
Yeah.
that football was
Yeah,
on.
you guys didn't do anything in actual
so
Dragon Barrel. You guys
I think it was
weren't
before
there.
that, Tom. I think it was before Dragon Barrel.
It might
We
have
were
been. You might be right.
Yeah, I
about
think
that.
it was.
I'm thinking it might have been in Thunder Tree.
Okay.
Let me find out if it is, because that might be the case. I just want to make sure.
It also could have been before that because I know I missed a session right before Thunder Tree, so it could have been then.
Because I remember, like, I asked the group who wants the emeralds, and everyone was like, "Just keep them." And so I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
we're
remember
not
that.
arguing that it didn't
I
happen,
do
it
remember
did.
that too, Tom. I just want to make sure that the values are correct.
Right.
Blast.
Yeah, I want to say it was either Thunder Tree or the one that we did where it was just like a weird little offshoot. It might have been that.
Okay, there is in Thunder Tree. Case is worthless, but the gold necklace with a fine emerald pendant is worth 200 gold points. Let's see if there's anything else. There were 3 diamonds worth 100 gold each in Dragon Barrow. I mean, in Thunder Tree.
Yeah. There's
Also,
one for
I
Tibble.
found something. It's not that though. I'm sorry, but into the church, the bell dropped into the church is valuable and worth 2,500 gold.
Oh shit.
So I found that in the notes, and it's in
Yeah,
session
so we have
4.
that gold. We have that.
So there's
bell.
that.
So okay, that bell alone, plus 500 gold, would be able to give plate mail for Gongar and myself.
And
if we're okay using it for that.
Yeah, and then the gem that you got from that same place, Cynthia, it was a large gem, green emerald is what it's described as.
Oh, I got that. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's that thing that was in the statue, correct?
No,
Yeah.
that thing
Okay.
exploded.
Oh, yes, you're right. I have a horrible memory. Sorry. So it was a large softball size emerald.
Large softball size emerald. Okay.
But yeah, I do see the other thing in the notes, and we can sell the bell for 2,500 gold, and that'll help you guys with your armor. But as far as the emerald, apparently I have it, and we don't know the worth of that.
Got 3 emeralds a few sessions ago.
Wait, did you get those emeralds where we found those little dudes in the cave?
Yep. I got them from the same time we got the diamonds. The emeralds were in the same thing. You found them yourself.
Hmm.
That's why notes are important.
I'm looking through all the notes right now.
Mine too. It's not. Falcon is going to teach Vox some shit.
What?
Somebody put. I'd imagine this is Dave because Dave is normally the note taker. It says Falcon is going to teach Vox some shit.
Yeah, that was definitely me. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I just came
Definitely
across
me.
that. Falcon is going to teach Fox some shit.
All right. Well, anyway, Ragongar, we'll say that each of those emeralds is worth 500 gold because I can't find it.
Okay. I'll give her one of the emeralds, and I'll give her the rest in actual money that I actually have.
Okay.
So how much is it? 1,500?
Um,
And you're saying the
Yes.
emerald is worth how much?
500.
500.
Okay. So I'll give her 500, and then I'll give her.
So real quick, before we make this transaction, you're speaking to the little girl who's sweeping outside, and she says, she sees the emerald, and she's like, "Oh," she goes, "You're gonna want to talk to Lenine. I'm just the helper. You know,
And then
she'll
I'll like put
probably
my
catch your
hand on
gift."
her head and like do like one of those things when you pet a dog really well, and I move on.
And she's kind of like, "Oh, okay, yeah, cool. All right, yeah, hey, you have a good day." And
She just
she's,
gets head pats from the giant fucking half orc.
Head
Just like a big ol' hand.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll walk in and then I'll be like to whoever the person is like handling the counter. I'll drop one of the gens down, and I'll drop 100 platinum down as well.
Shit. Wait, what?
Yeah,
100 platinum?
A platinum's 10 gold a pop, right? So
Yep.
that's 1,000 gold, basically.
Jesus. All right.
Well, the thing's 1,500. So
Yeah. True. Okay, so then, is the group willing to use the bell towards any of the gear or no?
I definitely am. I had no part in helping you guys with the bill, so I will happily give up my part to you. Because
Jinx
I have
loves
like
gold,
no.
and she
As
is a little
far as I'm
hesitant
concerned, do what
because
you
it
will.
because it was my idea to knock down the bell, but I know
So
that this will
anyway,
help the greater good.
Regundar,
What do you mean,
Lenine sees
anyways?
you slap on like all this platinum and the gem emerald onto the thing, and she's like, what are we working on here, Regundar?
I've come for the plate
Wait,
armor. I have almost killed myself for this. You've told me this is the price. I've tried to, you know, make a deal with you for lesser before. I've just assumed that we cannot make a deal, and so here is what you're
wait,
asking.
hold on. I'll interject real quick. I'm gonna have blast interject.
Go ahead and make a perception. A persuasion check, Regundar.
Shit.
Hey, so I just would like to point
One,
out that.
but it's not a nat one.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
So what? Fuck.
So Lady Lenine Greywind kind of looks at you and she smirks as you give her your kind of like condescending, like, "Oh, I try to fucking strike a deal and you blah 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 blah." And she kind of looks at you and she goes, "I see." And she goes, "You've definitely worked hard to get here, and I know you've been through hell." And so she takes the 100 platinum that you put on the table and she pushes the emerald forward and she goes, "Let me get you your armor."
Oh shit.
And she
And
turns
like a
around.
little tear will go down my like face, and I'm just gonna be speechless and not say anything. I just wait to see what happens.
And she starts placing the different pieces of plate mail on the counter, and with each piece, it's just a loud like thud, thud.
Can I like slightly pat his face? Be like, I think your face is leaking because I never seen you cry before.
And I'm gonna turn around and say, "You must be stupid. Of course it's not."
And then she notices that you have two of the like spines from the dragon, or were they teeth, or were they from the spines?
Teeth.
Your teeth.
Teeths.
And she says, "You know, Ragongar, for all of your troubles, if you'd like, I can fasten that to a helmet for you."
Oh shit.
I would love that.
That's so dope.
And she goes,
Man.
"For that, I will require one of those emeralds."
I'll just toss it to her. Well
grabs it.
deserved.
She grabs it and she takes it back, and she goes on to the back, and you hear, you know, some sounds of smithing as she's like whacking at this helmet for you. And after about 20 minutes or so, she comes out, and you see this helmet that matches your plate armor, and it has two of the dragon's teeth that kind of come down at like an arch, kind of like down this way.
Sick. Like tucks down.
Yeah, like tusk coming down, and she hands
Skyrim
you
style.
a dread helm.
What is it called?
Yeah.
Dread helm.
So that's a separate piece of
Oh, hell
special something.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
Beautiful.
So I'm gonna go up, and I'm gonna like with the as that's happening, I'm gonna have like my gold pouch out.
So real quick before you get started on that, I just want to finish this.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Ragongar, this is a fearsome steel helm that make your eyes glow red and hides the rest of your face in shadows while you wear it.
Oh, cool.
And it looks cool as
Bro.
fuck too when you look
What?
it up on D&D Beyond.
Yeah. So just imagine that, but with like the fucking dragon teeth coming down. I'm really just trying to
Yeah.
make it look like your
Oh, yeah.
Ragongar icon, but
Oh,
Dude,
cool.
he looks dreadful right now.
yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah.
cool, man.
Imagine that with the dragon teeth coming out of it to look like your
Very nice.
token.
Yo,
I
that
just
looks
like
tight.
Vox slowly walks up to Regongar, just like mesmerized by the way that he looks now, and I'm just like, at one point, I almost just grab him like by the.
Damn, I didn't know Vox could teleport from the tavern to the fucking.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not there, bro. You're not there.
I didn't know he got that power.
Oh,
I
I'll shut
forgot
up
about
then.
that. You're not there. You're not even there, bro.
I'm just kidding, dude.
No, it's okay. I'll shut up.
I forgot he
So
said he was
yeah.
going to the tavern.
So she hands it over to you and she says, "You're a ferocious warrior, Ragongar, and your sacrifice has not gone unnoticed.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you for everything that you've given our town."
I'll
Oh, yeah.
tell her, I do it from the heart. I love this town. I did not love this town when I came here, but circumstances have changed, and your people have shown incredible resilience.
Thank you.
I'm like wicked because he looks so cool.
Cool. So go ahead and add
And then
plate
I'm
armor
gonna
to your
I'm gonna turn the
inventory
splint
and go ahead.
over to her, and I'm gonna say, if no one else from my group wants the splint armor, I will give it up to you to give someone in the city. But if someone from the group needs it, I will give it to them instead.
I don't think any of us need it.
It's not light, is it?
No,
No,
I
it's
doubt
It's
heavy
it.
heavy
armor.
armor, but it's armor class 17.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
heavy armor.
So,
I mean,
let's see.
Can you use it?
I mean, not proficiently, but I could still use
I
it.
mean,
no. I don't think I wanna,
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, everyone uses heavy armor at disadvantage.
we don't use that. We only use that as stealth disadvantage, but I think there's other issues with them too, right?
For us, it's
Stealth checks.
yeah, dexterity
actually-
checks
Stealth
and
checks,
strength
yeah.
checks.
And
So
dex
Ragongar,
checks.
she'll buy it off of you for 130 gold.
No one in my group wants it?
No, I'm actually gonna try and sell her mine as well because I need
No,
that
I
extra
can't
cash.
use it.
I'm not gonna sell it to her. I will donate it to the town. I'd rather someone in the town have that to fight the dragon.
Okay.
Just
so-
as a reminder,
Cool.
at the ruined tower, there's 30 sets of gear apparently.
Oh, that's
that was
right,
Gifted
yeah.
by Big Al.
Yeah, we put it in our chest. I remember.
I just wasn't
Yeah.
sure if
That's
we
more
didn't
than
have the
I
exact
thought.
numbers. We didn't have the exact
Yeah.
numbers.
That's
But we
more
knew
than I
that-
thought.
we
I
knew
thought
that
we
we
had
left
like
a
a
bunch of
dozen.
shit.
30 is like a lot.
Yeah. So
Let's arm the people.
Yeah.
on the people. Let's do it.
So she accepts your split mail donation and ensures you that it will go towards. She says, that she will be able to kind of modify it to fit Tribor to aid him in any of his upcoming.
And
Oh,
with
yeah.
that, I'll pull my totemic totem out and I'll like say a prayer in the,
You pray?
yeah, of course I do.
He prays
I've
the
been praying
most out of
whole
everybody.
time,
He prays more than the fucking
actually.
cleric.
And I'll devote it to Iostray and say a prayer in her name and say, may this serve the town well. And then I'll hand it to her.
Also, have we gotten paid for saving Tribor?
We have not.
Oh, good call.
And so, Blast, you had some business you wanted to conduct?
Yes, I actually would like a set of plate mail as well. I know as your Chevelle, you try and ensure that we are equipped to the best of our abilities, and
They're red.
yeah, I would also like to. So I'm gonna take like whatever a few minutes and remove the split mail because it takes a little while for it to be removed from my body, and give you the plate mail, or give you my split mail
She's like
towards
stripping
the
right in.
price. Yeah, towards the price of my plate.
Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry. You are trying to sell your split mill to go towards the cost of the plate mill?
Correct.
So she'll buy the split mill off of you for 130 gold.
Okay.
And then she's giving you a discount on the plate
Okay.
mill. So you would need to pay 87 gold.
87 gold done.
I'm sorry, 840 gold.
All right. So
Yeah, I was
I
like,
have
whoa.
so what I'll do is let's see. I will I want to see if she will also take the buy the bell off of us, and I'll use my portion of the money from the bell to help pay for the plate.
Yeah, and she will buy the bell off of you guys for the full price of, what was it?
2,500.
2,500.
Okay, so then the 2,500. And there's how many of us? 7?
Yep.
7 of you guys, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So with that, so basically
She's
she's
got a lot of
she's
money.
okay. So then I'm gonna change. So you guys can all divide up the rest of your portions of the
Wait,
No?
how much do each one of us get?
about
357.
357
Gold?
gold.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I'm taking that. So I'm gonna be left. If I use that plus the remainder of my gold, I'll be left with 442. Okay. So I'm basically using that.
Everybody added the 357 gold, and we'll put that in the notes for Tybalt.
Already did.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
So I am going to remove this from boom. Okay, I'm moving the splints. I'll add the plate.
I have lots of money.
And I'll just ask, is there anything that you have that would also be of use to me or Tybalt or Gon for this upcoming battle?
Don, are you with them?
I thought he was with us.
Yeah,
But
I've just been kind of like, I would say probably right now, I'm outside the shop.
oh, okay.
But, yeah, I'm kind of just waiting my turn pretty much. So I just want to crowd the interior.
Well, with that, she does call you in, Gon.
Okay. Hello, I'm here.
And for the sake of, we'll say that Edgar was here as well. And she'll say that, when you guys first took your oaths, I was very excited to see what you guys could accomplish. And to say that you guys have exceeded that expectation is an understatement. And your value is, what's the word I'm looking for? Invaluable. You've brought so much to Phandalin, and you've done so much for this community that we are so thankful for you and your actions. And I want to ensure that you are able to continue to be a positive influence in the world around you. And I am promoting you to second rank of the Order of the Gauntlet. you guys are now Marchions for the order.
Spell that.
Marcheon.
So is the
CH.
Chevelle's necklace now a Mar necklace?
Marchion, yeah.
Okay, it's
Never
MAR what?
Marcheon. I'll put it in.
EON.
Marcheon.
Marchion. Okay, perfect. Level 2 Marchion. Perfect. In the order of the
Order of the Gauntlet.
order. Perfect. Okay.
And with that, you guys gain how do I do this? What is mine? Nope, that's not what I want.
What'd you say?
I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Where are your?
I'm waiting on Ronnie.
What?
Anticipation is killing me.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, like in D&D Beyond. Give me a second. That sucks. That's what I wanted it to be. How do I
Live without you.
How do I live without you? I'm trying to add something to this, but I don't know how. Okay. Well, in that case, you guys get a +2 to your. Oh, that's not. Okay. You guys get a +1 to your wisdom. And that's from the your Marchand necklace thing, whatever.
That's just okay. So that is.
So you guys currently had a +1 to your con. Now you guys are also getting a +1 to your wisdom.
Is that everybody?
Is it everyone or only a few people?
Just the people that took the oath of the Order of the Gauntlet.
So
Oh.
it'd be Tibble,
The plus-
Blast on myself.
Yeah, just them three.
+1. Okay, so I'm gonna put that as well. Nice. I actually get a bonus to my wisdom now. It was at 0. So +1.
I had to go into
Con.
my edit my character too. Add the +1.
Yeah, so go into your character, click on Wisdom, and then where it says Other modifier, just put a 1 in there.
Yeah, that's what I did for my con too. I just had it noted it.
Yeah,
And
and
now
then
it's
just
just
on
like-
the on the custom item, just add in the description that you get a +1 to con, +1 to Wisdom.
I just did that in more organizations because I put level 2 march on Order of the Gauntlet, and in parentheses I put I get a
Yeah,
+1
as long
con,
as it's, as long
+1
as it's
whiz.
notated somewhere.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any other weapons or armor you guys would like to buy?
What about you guys?
But yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you're done, Blast.
Yeah, I'm completely done. I'm just gonna I'm gonna thank her and then try and give her the knuckles real quick,
And she'll
and then
very quietly give you knuckles.
and be like, all right, thank you so much, and we're gonna bounce.
Wait, did you want to buy anything?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
gone, and then I'm waiting after gone.
Yeah. What do you got for light armor?
And then I chime into yes, light armor.
So the strongest light armor you can find is studded leather, which you have currently.
Okay.
Um,
You wouldn't happen to have anything that's on the rarer side?
She does. She happens to have some studded leather armor of resistance, and that's resistance to thunder.
Oh, I was hoping for some
Undead or ice.
cold.
Well, she tells you that the studded leather armor is 750 gold. And if you would like for her to modify it to be resistant to cold, it will take her some time. But she can work with the gnomes to have it modified for an additional fee of 150 gold,
So that would
so
be
900 total.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you said it's studded leather. Let me
The
see.
resilience or some shit.
Studded leather armor of resistance cold.
Okay.
And then the
Yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna be something that I'll take. Um, unless there's something that's equal to giving me something of a bonus. What do you have for weapons? Also rarer variety.
So for weapons, the only like magical weapons that she has is a +1 great club and a war hammer of warning.
Okay. Um. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna take the armor,
Okay.
and you said that's 900 gold.
Yeah, 900 gold total.
Yeah, I will gladly pay that. I mean, is there any discount for being a part of the org?
Um, that is the discounted rate.
I like the way you barter, Lenine. That's fine. I'll pay the 900 gold.
So you can go ahead and add studded leather armor of resistance to cold to your inventory. And then if there's anything else, Jinx, you could shop.
yeah, I was wondering, do you by any chance, no one seems to have them anywhere, any kind of special daggers or rare daggers of any kind?
And she says, unfortunately, not at the moment. I will keep my eyes out for some. Um,
Please
but
do, and if you do,
as
I've
far
been
as like
looking.
special daggers or special items go, all I have are the two that I've listed already: the
Mm-hmm.
Warhammer of Warning and the +1 Great Club.
And you have no more helmets, correct?
I have some helmets for you. What are you looking for?
Um, I don't know. I just know I don't have any. I could wear light armor. I don't know. Uh,
So there's nothing that would give you like an additional bonus to your AC if that's what.
okay. Yeah, that is what I'm looking for. Um, okay. Any
You don't
nice
need it,
cool
Rogue.
rings?
I'm gonna put my hand on the Rogue's
Didn't you
shoulder and be
relieve,
like,
sir?
Rogue, you just need dexterity.
And she says, the
Well,
gnomes
I'm
might have
squishy.
the
I'm
gnomes
sorry.
might have something like that. I would recommend checking with Dabbledob and Fiddlestick.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And do you know when I pull out of my bag this big, enormous emerald that's just like twinkling about the size of my entire paw? I could barely grip it with my nails. Do you know what something like this would be worth?
She says, "Wow, an emerald that big. That's got to be worth upwards to closer to $1,000 or 1,000 gold. I would double check with Halia. She specializes in all gemstones and mining activities.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
And that's it, I guess.
Um, all right. We switch scenes to the tavern where there is Vox and Zabantik. What are you guys up to over there?
Well, who's in the tavern when we walk in?
It's evening now, so a lot of people are off work at this point and coming in for their dinner and to have their drinks for the evening. There is some liveliness to the bar. It's pretty well occupied. There's a good amount of people in there. You do see that there is a table of people gambling around a small wooden round table. There seems to be some ruffians that are looking extra mean today that are kind of domineering the table a little bit and kind of being loud and obnoxious and being rude to the other players. And who's taking off?
Andre, maybe we should just call it here.
Okay, yeah, we could.
Great sesh, guys. Fantastic. Thanks, Ronnie. Great D&D.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks for playing.
Excellent, excellent.
Today,
Oh,
today was
I
a
wonder
lot
why he
of,
sounds so peppy.
Yeah.
today was a lot of like discussion. I know. So, but that's why I wanted to have everybody here.
Sometimes it's necessary. Yeah.
Everybody a chance to speak their piece.
I'd also like to point out that I did not release the soul